Hello. Welcome everyone to this live stream 10th game of the World Championship match 2023. This is going to be a very important game because Ding Liren is going to take on Jan Nepomniachtchi with a 1 point deficit. He's on 5 points right now. Nepo 4 points for Ding. Guys, do join in to this live stream. We are going to have a lot of fun. We are going to learn a lot and it's going to be epic. Welcome Anurag, Mamta, Chessable. Brilliant to see all of you. Today Ding has the white pieces. So here's my first question to all of you. What is going to be Ding's first move today? What do you think will Ding play for move number 1? Will he go for d4 like he has been doing? Will he go for c4 which he also played? Or will he change the strategy completely and go e4 today? Or he may go knight f3, or he may go b3, or he may go g3. But I think these are the moves that he might play. What do you think would be his move? Let us know in the chat, and then we have our chat chess moves here where we can actually put a track. Anurag says b3. Okay, interesting, Anurag. Abhash says knight f3. Very interesting, Abhash. All the people joining in, guys, what do you think will be Ding Liren's first move today? That is a question to you. Will it be d4 like he has been doing? Will it be e4? What is your opinion on that? And guys, please do like the stream. Also check out the pinned message and the first link in the description. Something very special is coming out and you guys are going to love it. Attack like a super GM. Shaumik says, yes Shaumik, it's a big thing and you would really enjoy it. All the serious students will love it a lot. It's going to be released in May, 9th of May, but you can already pre-order it and get some special gift, 3 months of ChessBase account along with it. We'll talk more about it as the stream progresses. Abhishek Pokhriyal says d4. Ayush Chaurasia also says d4. Narendra Bhatt says g4. Narendra Khandekar says e4 played. Narendra, really? It's still 2 minutes away. How can it be? How can it be played? Nikhil Costa says e4 has been played. Abhash says Sagar bhai voice kam hai. Really? I think my voice should be fine, right? Okay, I can try and increase it. Let's see if this helped. Is the sound? Spurs says Sagar bhai, which opening is better, London or the English? Well, English I feel is more played than London, but London is becoming more popular recently. Like English has been there for many years. Okay, I think personally it's going to be d4 once again because Ding has been sticking to it and has had good results. In fact, maybe c4 as well, or perhaps 9. Actually, it's confusing for me. It's confusing. Vishwaroop Nagpal says now it is better. Okay, sound is better, guys. Fantastic to know. Let's see what is it that Ding Liren comes up with. We are just 1 minute away. Sagar bhai, talk about Tal today, please. Okay, Arshad 84. Tal games. Well, I would love to talk about Mikhail Tal in general and just tell you about what I feel about him. Amazing, yeah, absolute genius. And I think he's the 10th world champion. No, he's not the 10th. The 10th world champion is Spassky, right? So today this game is actually dedicated to Spassky. Yeah, Spassky is the 10th world champion And Spassky is known as one of the best players in the world who has a universal style of play. And of course, the amazing thing about Spassky is that he's still alive, and that is actually after him, the 12th world champion was um, Karpov. He's still alive. Kasparov is alive. So actually, Spassky is the last world champion. Everyone before that has passed away. Okay, so C4 played is what everyone says. Okay, so Ding actually goes for the move that has served him well in this match, had given him a win against Yan, and he says, this time I'm not going for D4 business, I'm sticking with C4. That worked well for me. Fisher, Om Shri Prasad, you are right. 12th world champion was. Oh, look at this, the number of moves. C4, knight f6, knight c3, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and e4 was played. Wow. Well, by the way, this move, e4, if I am not mistaken, was played by Magnus against Fabi in their world championship match. Um, let's go and check it out actually. In their world championship match, Rapid Games. If we go here, yes, there we have the board c4, e5, knight c3, knight f6, knight f3, knight c6, e4, and yes, Carlsen versus Caruana. Carlsen also played it against Sidipov. Okay, Magnus has played it a lot. Nepo himself has played this line a lot with white. So that's Ding has played it against Yesipenko, Lidi. So actually this line has been played by a lot of top players. This is going to be very interesting because this will be highly theoretical, and let's see where we are going to branch out into new territory. So e4, bishop c5. I'm surprised by this move actually. Interesting. Bishop c5, because now white takes on e5, knight takes e5, and guys, what was the point behind sacrificing an entire piece white to play? What is the point? Yes, Om Shri Prasad, you are right. Nepo will be very well prepared for sure, and all of you are absolutely correct. Look at this. The ones who have given this answer correctly, d4 is right. This is the answer by Sparsh, Darsh, Vishwaroop, Rohan, Neha, Kavirajan, Abhash, Anurag, Om Shri, and Shaumik. You go d4 and you attack the bishop and the knight. Now both the pieces are hanging, so it's not at all an easy move to decide now what to do. So he goes bishop to b4, and his point is that now you have to take, right? Otherwise you will be piece down. So you take, and then knight takes on e4 happens in this position, and now I am attacking here and here. What are the possible moves you think can be played here? I'm just wondering, what are the possibilities in this position that lie? Actually, queen, all of you are saying queen f3, but I believe that the main move here is queen d4. I think this is the main move, queen d4. Look, queen d4, you attack the knight, you defend the knight here. This is what I thought. Yes, Arav Choprekar, exactly. I thought this was the main move. We can also check our reference games here on the ChessBase 17 and Mega database. By the way, you can get it from the link in the description. Bishop c5, knight e5, 1160 games, takes d4, bishop b4, 608 games, de, knight e4, and now, yeah, 303 games with queen d4 and 229 games with queen f3. This line, by the way, the thing is, this move bishop c5 is the second most popular move. The main move is bishop b4 here. So bishop c5, many top players have played this. In fact, Nepo has played this with Magnus before. So definitely some prep would have happened. Queen f3 takes. This has already been played by Nepo. So in that game, Magnus did go queen f3 like Ding. Knight c3 also happened, takes. And this time Nepo has played the move bishop c5. There are many moves. Bishop e7 is there. There's bishop a5. But he has gone for bishop c5. And for now, they are following. Oh, Nepo has played this with white. Whoa, Nepo versus Cardoso, Jose Gabriel in Title Tuesday. So that's how things stand. Knight e4, queen f3, take, bishop c5. We have 34 games who have reached this position. Let's go here back to our main board and see how the game has continued. Queen f3, knight c3, b takes c3 and bishop c5. This has put Ding under thought now. If you see, Nepo has just used 1 minute on his clock. Okay, I really like to think of positions in terms of imbalances. Why imbalances? Because they help you to formulate plans in the position. They help you to understand what's happening, because many times we can make random moves which are like attacking. Many people are like, oh, let me attack the bishop, queen d5, and then suddenly defense is like, now what do I do? Okay, let me attack, boom, I will attack the queen. And they start playing like queen g5, queen c5. They start playing chess more like something which is a game of forcing moves rather than actually trying to understand what's happening. So I don't want to get into that situation. I don't want to get into that scenario. And that's the reason why I would like to first of all try and understand what is it that is happening in this position. So my question to all of you is, what are the major imbalances in the position right now for both sides? It can be for white, for black. What is happening? Chess for Fun says, why is this position okay for white? I understand the bishop on c8, but still, good question, Chess for Fun. Let's talk about it. Narendra Khandekar says pawn structure. Harshit Chaudhary says doubled pawns for white. Very good, Harshit. Rohan Balasubramaniam says pawn structure. Prince Srivastav, everyone's like, pawn structure is very, very important feature of this position, and I completely agree with you. Black's pawn structure is way better than white. White's structure is terrible. A pawn is like, bhai, I'm all alone. I'm akela. There's no one to help me. C pawns are like this couple who are living alone in a house, and they have no real they are not on friendly terms with each other. They are isolated. Again, terrible. But then you have to think, what has white gotten in return for all the pains that he's facing? Because white has not made any opening inaccuracy. So what's the thing? What is it that white has in his control? Arav says king weakness. I'm not sure. Prince Srivastav says development. Possible. You are slightly ahead in development because it's your move. You have the queen out. Yes. Om Shri Prasad is right. The most important thing that white has, and Rohan Balasubramaniam is also right, is space advantage. And what gives white the space advantage? Space. Space means the amount of territory that you control on the board. That white has more. What gives you that space advantage? Yes. Om Shri Prasad, Chandan B. Bit, Vivan Khare, very good. E5, the E pawn is the key piece here, the key guy. So now think about it this way. You have space. if let's say you make move which is just bishop e2, developing move, right? Black castles, white castles. What is the first natural move that black will play here in your mind? Now just understand, from just imbalances we are actually getting the moves. We are not looking for moves, but just from the imbalances, what will black play here? Exactly. All of you 100% right that the move that will be played here is d6. And what will happen is that all your space that you control because of your e5 pawn will simply get vanished. You know, I can take with the bishop, I can take with the queen, I may even take with the pawn, isolating my pawn but claiming back my space in the position. So definitely white cannot be so careless about this situation. White cannot say, oh yes, I have space, this will remain forever. No, black is coming at you. Black wants to play d6. So what are the moves that come to your mind as white now that you understand that actually slow play is not going to lead me where I want to? What are the moves that come to your mind? Mehul says, shouldn't black try to castle queen side? Mehul, it might be good, but you see this file is open here. Also, it might take a lot of time. Okay, guys, we are back. Sorry for that small disconnection. I hope that all is well. I think it should be okay. So, in this position, the few moves that you all have been suggesting are bishop f4, interesting move, but I don't think it solves your problem in a big way, because anyway d6 can happen very soon. The other idea which you have mentioned, and I'm a big fan of actually, Kavirajan, Vishwaroop, Shaunak Badole, Ayush Ganguly, the move that I'm a big fan of is Queen G3. And the thing is, you look, because your e5 pawn still is alive here, it is stopping black from coming to f6. And once black cannot come there, you will realize that he has a few options now. One is that he can push the pawn, the other is he can castle, the next one is he can go bishop f8. But you don't want to play bishop f8, do you? That's not what you want. The next one is king f8. But then you lose your castling right and your king might be weak for a long time to come. So the most natural move, and which everyone would want to play, is short castle. Why is this move not good? Can you figure out white to play here? Why is this move not any good? In fact, it's a very interesting moment for you to think, because one move is very natural, but there is another move which could help you a lot here. Okay, let me see what the chat all of you have come up with. Bishop at 6 is the move that all of you have mentioned here. But with bishop at 6, the problem is that he can simply say, take my exchange, let's say bishop f8, and play this position, which is not like bad. It's not like bad. I mean, white is better, clearly better, but there's something better you can do. And that is, you can go bishop to g5. And the point here is that with bishop g5, you are essentially saying to your opponent, I don't need your exchange. I'm actually going for your king. I'm going for your king. So, Manu Adish says, here's an interesting line. This queen g3 business doesn't work if black goes bishop a5. Because after castling bishop at 6, black has bishop c3, king d1 and bishop e5. Oh, nice. That is interesting, Manu. That's very good. That's why. And by the way, now try to think about it this way. Bishop e7 played here. And now I go bishop at 6. g6. And I'm really not interested in taking your rook. What is a good move here, guys? for white. I don't want to take your rook. Taking your rook is fine. That is possible. But there is something else that I can do here. What is it? Arshad says, sir, any tip on how to study Karpov games? It is said his style is instructive from learners of the game, but most of his games I am not able to follow even when opponent resign. Any tip on it? I think Karpov's game, there is a best games book by Karpov. That is possible. Not so easy. I know Karpov's games are very tricky from the perspective of positional play. There are annotated games in Mega Database. Maybe that can help you. I can check for you how many games are annotated actually of Karpov. We can have a look at it in a bit. Yes, all those who said here the move. Let me see. Yes, h4, brilliant. You are just opening up the king side using the hook in the position. The g6 point is a big hook. You're using it to open it up. And Anurag, Sparsh, Arjun, Saurav, Shaumik, chess player, Om Shri Prasad, Harshit, Arnav and Shaunak. Well done, guys. Brilliant job. In fact, this is the same concept of using hooks, opening the position. One of the concepts which we have tried to explain in this thing which has come out today. We have launched it. Attack Like a Super GM, world-class chess training by ChessBase with Gukesh. And this is a 4-hour video course that we have launched. It is in pre-order right now. It's the first link in the description. So if anyone wants to attack, this is me and Gukesh working with some very nice games of his, and you will enjoy it a lot. The first 100 people who get it get 3 months of ChessBase account. And actually one of the concepts that we talk about heavily is how to attack a king which is castled like this, and there is a pawn in front of it with g6. You use your pawn to open up. Okay, so in the game now, Nepo goes king f8. Wow, he goes king f8 in the position, and he says to Ding that look, I am defending this, and he played it in less than 2 minutes. Now let's quickly check in our Mega Database, ChessBase and Mega Database, if this has happened before. Queen g3, we have 32 games, 37 games in fact, and king f8 has happened in 12 games. Funnily enough, Nepomniachtchi has played this with the white pieces against Cardoso and has won. His move was bishop to f4 here. That is what Nepo had played. But let's go and check how this game continues now. What are the moves that come to your mind? What are the moves that come to your mind? Priyanshu says, hello Sagar bhai, my exams, I don't know how to handle the pressure. Priyanshu, just think about doing well, like studying your best. Don't worry about the result. The result will take care of itself if you just enjoy yourself and study well. Exams give you a lot of pressure when you just focus on the result. Just like if Ding Liren completely keeps thinking, oh my god, what if I want to win? I want to win this world championship. That would put a lot of pressure. But if he thinks, what's the next best move in the position? Let me think. Can I play bishop g5? Can I go bishop d3? Can I play bishop f4? And then he's already thinking about moves and the pressure goes away. So always keep things in your control. Like keep things, expect things which are under your control. Like I want to play good moves, I want to try my best and so on. Don't worry about the result. Okay. Friday was my birthday. Yug Sonikara says, Arey Yug, happy birthday. Vashu says, how about the move a4? But Vashu, how does this help you? Now let's look at the imbalances again before we suggest any moves. Let's look at it again and say what has changed in the position. What has changed? Arav Choprekar is saying bishop d3. Dhruv Gargav says bishop e3. No, Dhruv, first think about the imbalances. Once you think about the imbalances, things will become clear. Harshit Chaudhary says king cannot castle. Very good. Look, guys, this has changed in a big way. The king cannot castle. The king will remain in the center. Isn't that a huge imbalance now? And when that happens, what should you do? Vivan Khare says black has lost one of their key advantages, king safety. Correct. If when that happens, what should you do as white? Should you exchange more pieces or should you keep more pieces on the board? When your opponent's king is slightly weakened, generally what should you do? Yes, you should keep the pieces. You should not try and exchange them. So if you go for a move like bishop e3, then what you are doing essentially is you are trading off pieces. And once you trade off pieces in such a position, it's not a good idea. So what are the moves that come to your mind here as white to play? Come on, guys, let's go. Let's try to think. What are the possibilities that we have in our hand? I like Arnav's answer, bishop d3. I like Sparsh, bishop e2. Interesting move. Looks a little slow, but maybe. Not bad. Not YouTuber says bishop f4. Not YouTuber, you are thinking like Nepo. Yes, Pragun. He can castle by hand, but how? Let's say if you go g6, king g7 and so on, like g6 itself is met with bishop h6 check. If you can't do that, then king g8, but it's not easy to castle by hand. I think more likely would be h5, h4 and he activates his rook this way. That's what might happen. Let's see what are the moves that are coming up here from all of you. Bishop d3. I like those who have suggested the move h4. Let me see who they are. I have to read out their name because very creative answer. h4 given by Yug, Om Prajapati and Darsh. Well done, guys. Because look, h4 as a move makes very little sense as such at the start. But then you realize that maybe my plan is to go h5, h6, soften up his king. Also on the other hand, I'm preventing him from going h5, h4. That is just some ideas. I'm not saying it's the best move here, but it is a possibility. I also very much like the move bishop f4. And in fact, I'm thinking you can even provoke bishop, you can go bishop g5, provoke bishop e7, and then what are the possibilities now? Here, white to play, guys. What would you play in this position? White to play. Very interesting game. Yes, this is a very interesting game. Oh my god, our chat is just too good, guys. Brilliant job. Look at this. h4 by so many of you. Suddenly all of you are okay to exchange. Shritij, Yash, Dhruv, Kavirajan, Shaunak, chess player, Savita, Abhishek, Ankit, all of you are okay to exchange. How come are you ready to exchange now? We were talking about that when your opponent's king is weak, you shouldn't exchange pieces. So by that logic, bishop f4 should have been played. How are you ready to exchange with h4? Can anyone explain to me in the chat? Anyone? Yes, open rook file. Correct. Exactly. We get the open file for our rook here, and that is something because then the rook gets opened up from this way. So chess is all about give and take, right? No rule is permanent. If you are able to get something more in return for something which you are not getting before, for example, if here you played bishop e7, it is an exchange, it is a trade, but you are not getting anything in return because queen comes here and there's nothing. Now he can go g6, bishop, king g7 as we said, and rook e8. This pawn could become weak, d6 may come in. But when you do h4 and then your rook gets activated just instantly from here, that is something you get. Okay, so now we are actually understanding that after king f8, Bishop g5 is one option. Bishop f4 is another option. We also are looking at bishop e2 and bishop d3 as options. So it is quite an interesting one. Yash Gada says the bd3 ideas are powerful. Let's look at it. Bishop d3. Just developing your bishop here on d3. What does black do? I think the most natural move for me is d6, because once this pawn is gone, it will help me, but white castles, and then d takes on e5. I play queen takes e5, attacking the bishop here, queen e7, and now, of course, guys, do you trade here? Yes or no? Queen takes e7. Very quickly, how many of you? By the way, guys, all of you, please like the stream. Yes, no, 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 no. Of course, no one is going to trade queens here, because going into an endgame would be bad. So you play your queen to h5 here, and I think white is the one who's pushing here with bishop f4 or g5, rook e1, rook d1 coming up. Okay. So I like your move bishop d3. All those who have said bishop d3, yes, Nepo. Let's have a look at that Nepo game which was played before, that we were looking at in our ChessBase and Mega database. Nepo went king f8, bishop f4, okay, d6. He then played rook d1, queen e7, pinning here. This is very interesting. This pawn wants to take, but you go rook d1 and pin it this way, and then he pins it this way. Oops, sorry. So you go bishop e2, breaking the pin. Now, of course, if you play de, that would be bad because of de. So h5, h4, de, bishop e. There's g7 hanging, bishop g4. Take, take. Wow, king d2. What sort of a move is that? Insane move. King d2. I would have never played it in my life. Is it the best move there by Nepo? If it is the best move, I think it's crazy. No, actually it's a losing move, king d2. Castle is possible and it leads to playable position. But this is already a bad position for white. So somewhere, yeah, h4 was not so good here by white, h4. But okay, we'll look at it. Guys, don't spam. Don't spam. That would be very bad. And if you want to continue spamming, then you will be banned from the channel. So after king f8, Ding is thinking, and let's have our, why don't we have our small arena here, guys? What do you think? Should we do that? Should we go ahead and have our arena at this position, and then, you all can play against each other and get a more depth in the position? Okay, I'm going to start the event here. Let me just make it. We have currently team tournament, world championship, game 10. Starting position, time 30 minutes of arena, 2 minutes plus 1 second. Standard. Create tournament. And I'm going to put the link here in the description. And guys, you can join in. Yeah, Ding doesn't seem to be well prepared. I think it's quite surprising that Ding is taking so much time. Yeah, you can click on this link. And did Ding play? If he has played, we will update it. Not yet. Ah, he played bishop e2. Okay. d6. Nepo is still in his prep. So we will update the position accordingly. Bishop e2, d6. But I'm a bit surprised with bishop e2. Very calm little move. But I think the idea is to quickly castle it out. That is the main idea in the position. Okay. B2 looks bit passive. True, no YouTuber. It does seem a little bit passive, by the way, but he has an idea. I think it's the main point is to block the E file. That is his main point. Also wondering, like, why not bishop d3 and why bishop e2? It's a bit confusing for me. Bishop e2, d6, and now bishop f4. So if you take bishop e5, there is pressure here and here, and the rook comes in here, attacks the queen. Well, all those who are trying to join into the arena where we have this very position being played, just click on the link in the pinned message and it should be fine. Yes, I am accepting all the new members who wish to join. And joining us all the way from the bedroom, the one and only Amruta Mokal. Hello, Amruta.
Hi. Oh, the position king on f8.
Yes,
What?
Amruta. Today we have
So Ding
the
is better?
arena is starting now.
Acha. 1 minute 18 seconds. You're gonna play?
You can play.
I can also play. No problem. Depends. What do you want to do?
Again, we can see. Maybe we can play and crush everyone.
Let's do that. Or you can take a rest if you're. But what's up? Wow.
Amruta, the position which we are at has been reached in many games actually.
But it's a very weird position, right? And you're saying this has been reached in many games. Wow. What's the
3
opening?
games
C4,
actually.
English opening. Got it. Both play. Anurag is saying. Sir, we can be a team.
No, he's saying both play.
Acha, alag. Yeah, I'll see you. Today, I think you can try to get back your strength. Please enter me in your team. Yes. Blank screen. हो रहा है guys, हो रहा है. So somebody's saying Sagar check the position in the accounts which were leaked.
No, that I think maybe not.
True, huh?
No, maybe it's true, but
Don't know.
I don't know if this position is there or not.
Got it.
Um,
Oh, has it started?
yes,
Then your game.
yes. Bishop e2, d6, bishop f4. I made it easy because one move was played bishop f4, so white can actually play that. Oh, h5 by Umang. Very interesting move by Umang.
Let's go. For me, you can say what move comes to your mind first, and I also say. For me, h4. For you?
For me, it was more castles.
Oh.
Yeah, just letting.
Maybe we should not say, then otherwise we will be fighting. I want to play
Yeah,
h4.
but now I feel like,
He is playing h3.
let's say queen f3.
Queen f3. Firstly, whom are you favoring the position? White or black, and also the chat.
It's not very easy to say which. Oh, by the way, isn't this a piece blunder?
Oh yeah, you're alert. Sagar, what you need to do today is to play more number of games.
Ah,
So then you need to play a little faster. So make a little bit pre-moves wherever you can.
yeah. But also, my opponent can resign now.
Umang.
No, no, maybe he should fight. Don't resign. Don't resign.
This guy's channel says, Sagar sir, this world championship looks kinda lonely without Magnus.
Not really. Not really.
Sumit Bhattacharya says, it seems an intense game today. Complex middle game.
Yeah, again, you will see Amruta, they are coming up with fresh new positions,
And new
something different,
openings.
new openings. It's interesting, right, to follow.
Yeah, for sure.
Resign.
Oh wow, Sagar, you're going for the next game. Before that, you might be accepting some people, I think. No new requests. Pranay, but your game is being seen. Today you have set it all well, yeah?
Hmm.
He took on d6.
Yeah. I think if I take with the
Yeah.
queen, there is bishop f4. Then I can go queen g6, or I can play bishop d6. Yes. I
But
actually
in this case,
taking with the pawn was also a good idea, है ना?
quite. Actually, it was not easy because all the three moves were possible.
And now, but now I like my position. No?
You're playing against Nick. He castled. In fact, you had queen
c6.
take a b7 is hanging. True. Play?
Or look at this move.
What? Oh, you forgot about queen f6? No.
Kind of, yes. I thought he'll take on b7.
He thought he will blunder.
But this looks roundabout equal. He should have given check on h6.
c5. Bishop e5.
Bishop e5, f4.
Bishop c3.
Rook c1. I
Bishop
don't think I
b8.
will get trapped, right?
No, you won't.
What?
Bishop d4. Rook h8 or what? Yeah, rook h8 looks great.
Or we can even take.
No, rook h8 looks great.
Because taking means then take bishop c6, rook d8.
No, but why to allow that double pawn to be happily together? Yes, Keshav, new requests have been accepted. Now you can play. Yeah, you had a threat, no? Bishop d4, you are winning a piece. He spotted that. c6. No. Why to give b7?
Piece activity, Amrita.
But you could have got that piece activity also. Pawn also.
Well, you used to play chess this way, and so I'm playing it that way. Free pawn, yeah, extra pawn. Nice, healthy.
Yeah. Amazing.
Bishop e4, f5.
Akshata says I won. Okay.
Oh, Akshata, well done, well done.
Bishop e1. Yeah, bishop. King f6 and bishop d5 we can go.
What?
King f6.
But there should be some tactics or not? How about a5, a4, a3?
Yeah. We think differently.
But what to do with bishop d5? Like, what is your point?
f4, f3. Wanted to create a meeting. No, not now. Not right now, Ruki-san. Now you follow up with your a5 plan. By the way, you have 30 seconds. Please don't, keep thinking. Make some moves. Make some noise. You can go rook c b3, bishop d7. A long plan.
But this is...
Now it's bishop d5. Oh my god. Nick, you played f4. And you have completely weakened your 7th rank. What have you done? It's like it's already raining and you have opened the window. How many of you are playing the tournament? We have 363 people here. So maybe 100 people are playing. Okay, anyway, 10 seconds to Sagar. He needs to be super focused. He needs to win this. Mate kar Sagar, mate. Which one is mate? Don't go for. Awesome. Okay, that's mate there. Next game is starting. And do you want to accept any people? Yes, he has accepted more.
Just for chess says, hi sir, I purchased attack like a super grandmaster. No, you will get just for chess. We will send you. It is not automatic. You will get everything.
Did you
Are you
buy
the first
Gukesh?
person? 1 second, 1 second. Let me check. If you are the first person, a big shout out to you. Because
What
we are
is
very
the
happy.
name?
It's the first ever. Oh, you are the first one. Juan Sebastian. Congratulations, Juan. It's the first ever. Oh,
What the
I lost on time.
Cool, never mind, never mind. Let's go. Next game, Sagar. Next game. What happened? Where to join? But thank you just for chess. Uh, Definitely will wait for your review when it will be launched. Right now it's a pre-order, but you do get a ChessBase account as well. How can I join?
Well, I'm so happy that this is the
Are
first.
you happier
know
for
the
your
first
losing?
the first ever Fritz trainer we made in our studio. The first ever person who's bought it. So.
Your name goes in the books of ChessBase India's history for sure.
But Amrita, what to play here? I
You
don't.
played bishop f4?
Yeah. I like that h5 idea that guy did.
H4 I find a big problem actually. Bishop f5.
Yeah.
I don't like to give that g5 square, but there are a queen. Got it.
Take. I mean, pawn down this endgame is fine for me, I feel. No?
Because of the double C pawn, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But I
Oh, rook takes. Nice move. Actually, brilliant move.
do we have anything like
Hmm.
rook e8?
Rook e8 or
Bishop
bg4?
F3.
First, let's go
Huh,
bg4.
but then
3, then rook e8. Game
same.
over.
Anyway, same. Yeah, go
Not
for
game
it.
over, but
I mean, it's the same idea. Then.
actually, maybe rook e8 makes more sense, no?
Hey. Yeah, because you're forcing him to.
Rook d2.
Yeah. Bishop g4, f3, bishop e6 looks like a. Because you are breaking his castle.
I wanted to go g6 actually.
Slow. Dark square is already weak. Maybe you don't need to. Oh, you castled?
Yeah.
What?
Interesting decision by him.
Santosh. Thiru.
Yeah.
You're playing well. Rook
No,
h6,
he's
rook
strong.
e6.
Rook h6, bishop h6.
Sorry. Fluttering. Wow, he's playing amazing.
I don't know what to do.
Wait.
Maybe
Hmm.
g6
Queen
I want.
f6 maybe. But the dark square. Yeah, Sagar, rook e2 ko what's your plan?
Yeah, rook e2, queen e2, rook e2, rook e2. Looks terrible, but maybe we survive.
Not YouTuber says so. Technically, playing with white is much easier than black. So Ding has a great chance. Yes,
I
I
feel
also think
so.
so.
I feel so, yeah. But what did Nepo play? Did he play after bishop f4?
Smokey says I also want to buy, but I can't from my region. What should I do? Which region are you
No.
in, Smokey?
Smokey is just in a region where he's irritating us by spamming.
No, but he wants to buy.
No, he's spamming since a long time, Smokey.
Okay, Smokey, why are you spamming? And what is your goal today?
Oh, what? Rook d5? Why?
Why did he not take there?
He wants to go rook e5.
Okay, no problem, Smokey. Now you tell us where are you from and what is your goal for today's stream? Because I think you are here today for the first time, is it? Sanish asks, Sagar, do you think Magnus will play the next candidate come first and then he will win the next world championship? I don't know what Sagar thinks, but looks.
Are Amruta, what should I do?
Oh, अच्छा ठीक है चल queen f6 rook e8 rook e8 play queen f6 rook e2 मारेगा वो.
This is also hanging.
अभी bishop moves to d6 bishop d6.
That's a blunder.
Why rook e8 को bishop f4 was there?
Bishop d.
But I had bishop f4 idea. Okay. In any case, the play itself was, had to be improved from black. We learned, right? Now next time we will do better. Okay, with black, I want to play one game. Second, please.
Please go.
Is this my move?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
his.
bishop g5.
That's a very different move he's played.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. No, I don't want to make that weak. He would have gone bishop f4. Are you sure you want to exchange?
No, this is
queens?
terrible. Just take the queen and play the endgame, Amruta. You're winning.
I don't like queen.
Not winning, you're clearly better.
Okay,
Right?
c5 is going to play. Should I play c5? I don't like to give that.
No, don't give d5 square.
Ah, I have an interesting idea.
Play bishop e6 and bishop e5, no?
ठीक है. Hey, what is going on? Your battery unnecessarily waste.
Your phone, I thought it is.
Okay, f4. I'm not sure about this move. Let me first play rook e8. Umang in the chat says, I got nervous when I played with Sagar and messed up. Castle.
Bishop c4.
Exactly.
Maybe
Oh,
not
Prabhu.
actually.
Ah!
Bishop, it was easy, no? Bishop f5 would have won a piece perhaps.
Are you leaving?
No, I'm coming back 1 minute. Okay, this you can win, Amrita. On up clearly.
La, 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 la. Thanks for the D file. Everything is saved. Everything is saved. Now let's go. The A pawn goes to A1 and it's gonna be unstoppable. I don't need much time. I don't need much time. Oh my goodness. Okay, but that's not a blunder. Sometimes we think we make blunders and then we regret, only to realize it was a good mistake. Would I want to exchange the rooks? Not really.
Did we win?
Not yet. Hmm.
Arnab Malik is a good player. I don't know why he played this way.
He would know.
Arey, don't stalemate.
That was supposed to be a stalemate. What the hell am I doing?
अरे भाई भाई मेट करो. Finally.
Can you accept more people? Ah, okay, let me just
Well
read
played,
some
Amrita. Well
chat.
played.
Okay, thank you. Technically, yes, with white. Acha, Smokey, you're from Nepal. Definitely you can buy. His goal today is to understand the importance of chess. Very good. Chess can change your life. Chess can help you to
Hello.
find your life partner.
Yeah, I agree.
Chess can change your life partner. How is that? With white, let's see if you can crush it.
I'm going to
Like
steal.
crush it. The idea of
Yeah.
Umang says I got nervous when I played with Sagar and messed up. क्यों रे इतना क्यों nervous? Why?
Okay, I'm
Finally,
winning. No.
GG. अरे not YouTuber, are you not playing क्या? Rook D4. That's a new idea. Even Lord Noob is trying something like h6, g5, rook g8. Okay. Jared says g5 forcing f4 pawn to move.
This is a tough position for black, I feel. In
So
general,
what Ding has got is in a way then brilliant.
Ding has got good, but if black is able to find all the good moves, then black should win.
Black should win.
I mean, black should get a good position. Sorry, not
Equal.
win. Yeah.
Got it. Lord Noob, losing your queen. Time to resign. Rook c8. But that's cool. Like with this today's play, I think it's much easier to understand how white comfortable it is for white.
Yeah.
That's a great mate. Let's go for the next game. Anybody else there? Great trap. Who's leading? Really, Ankit? No, he's also on 11th. What has the move happened?
In the game, this has happened. Queen e7, rook d1.
H5 and castle. He castled. He did your move. He didn't go for H4. Guys, you can also play the two moves which Nepo has played. Ding and Nepo have played. Not YouTuber says, no, I'm only watching. My 2-hour chess quota is complete. Only 2-hour chess, not more than that. The watching, what are you watching then? Is it football? Look at this bishop. It has kicked that bishop.
Quota of playing, Amrita.
Quota of playing. Acha, 2 hours. So what is the time control you use? I hope it's not 1 minute each. So that in 2 hours, you would be then playing almost 50 to 60 games. Sagar is speed running. See. On the side note, all of you, I think it's been a long time since I've asked this question on live stream now. Did you have lunch? What did you have for lunch? Some change, to the chat. But all those who are fasting, we shouldn't read the chat because what happens is when you read or see.
So, Amrita, I'm going into this endgame.
Sagar trying to change the topic because he understands.
What do you think? Going into this endgame.
Same colored bishop, your king is centrally placed. You have an a pawn. Arey, a pawn. Acha, king per endgame. Kya hi move? Lovely move. Bishop d5. Prince Patel is shocked.
Square. The king cannot catch the pawn anymore because the square is like this.
Right.
And the king cannot enter the square. Now the square is shorter. This is the square.
King is on the e3. King is trying. But it's like... watching is different. छोले भटूरे खाए वड़ा पाव अरे संडे स्पेशल्स
ओ आज संडे है
चल फास्टेस्ट मेट कर लो इट सेड दैट इफ GMs generally do the mate अच्छा but he resigned anybody else want to enter
today I'm playing a lot of games.
Smokey asks what's my elo. Smokey, maybe today you don't know what my elo will be, but you could guess at the end of the day what my elo will be.
And guys, all those who are new and joining in,
you can guess my elo. No, but you can play the game. It is from the position Ding versus Nepo, that same position, so that you get a feel of it, an understanding of it. You can be in Ding's shoes and Nepo's shoes. Whatever your shoe size is, doesn't matter. After the tournament is over, you will get out of their shoes anyway. So, Vignesh asks, will Raja join us today?
I will ask, is he live already?
Vignesh is also guessing my rating. That's cool. Many people don't know my rating. Interesting.
2199, right?
Once I start playing and crushing, and you will know my rating. Why are you smiling, Sagar, today? You seem in a good mood.
Ask me
No,
the
I mean,
question.
you should smile. I'm not asking, like, why are you smiling? But I think he really liked the position.
What?
He resigned.
Really, Ankit is my only thought.
Oh, you playing with really Ankit.
My only thought when playing with really Ankit is really Ankit.
Is he really Ankit? Acha,
Really,
really. So he's
really,
the.
do you want to make
What
that
do you
move?
think? Has he made really bad moves?
I think his position is completely gone. This is hanging. This is coming here. This is under pressure. It would be a miracle if he survives this.
Hmm. Which you can because you mess up number of times.
But this one is just too.
Too much to mess up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Raja is streaming.
Okay. We can try. We can ask him. Amruta, we'll get insights of Raja into one of the best.
Yeah,
I mean, one of the best players out there in the world today.
absolutely.
Should try and finish this quickly, otherwise I might not get another game.
You're playing well today, Sagar. You're in form. You're smiling. You're playing well. You're wearing a nice shirt. All looks good. You lost a bishop for a pawn.
Oh, back wait!
Oh my goodness! But he
It was
didn't do
pained,
it.
Bobby.
Acha. Thank God. You lost a bishop for a pawn. अच्छा नहीं रे बाबा सी pawn चला आगे चल fast. You want to play another game ना? Just make pre-moves. He will attack your queen though, but you make pre-moves. Play like Nihal. How Nihal plays bullet. Four.
Two minutes I have.
You have 2 minutes. Do you want to accept anybody who wants to play any last game?
I think so. I'll get one more game.
Super. GG. You're gonna be black. 1 second. This is important. Let's play well now.
Yeah.
Let him play.
I think
He castled. So, firstly, why? I just would love to develop my c8 bishop.
but I thought
Bishop d6.
this one gets me to trade the queens.
Okay. He doesn't want to trade the queen. Bishop e6 we can just develop, no?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Yes. But he has a good plan, but I'll not tell him.
Bishop f3. c6.
No, it's...
Correct. But it's not very strong.
It's very strong. Oh, bishop e3.
I mean, his position has so many weaknesses, but I think
x6. Oh, I would.
I mean, the main reason why I played h6 was to play g6 and king here.
You have actually got out from that, whole irritating net. Because endgame is favorable for black. Okay, what we understand is endgame is favorable for black. Anything that is static
Let's do this.
is favorable for black.
Maybe you can do rook d5.
White needs positional
But that's-
sacrifice.
That's a free pawn.
Queen e5.
Yeah, I mean, it should be
Got it.
better, right?
Why do you need to give that pawn? Because his bishop is not active. You can anyway go rook d6 and rook f6. You don't need to give that pawn. You have become very non-materialistic.
Oh, but the arena
Finally,
is
rooks are
closed.
connected and clean. But you cannot continue the game.
I don't think I get points for this.
Are you serious? I didn't know that. Well, anyway. हर चीज में कोई हासिल करना जरूरी नहीं है. So let's
Chasil means?
हासिल. Let's give our best. Is there vote option? किसको वोट करना है तुमको? Shaunak Badole says I am the champion.
No, what, Shaunak? Congrats.
क्या बात है?
क्या बात है?
Do you think you're winning?
Just totally winning, not just winning, totally.
Manish English says that I was 5th. Harishvi says thank you, Sagar and Amruta. But क्यों, Harishvi?
Because such tournaments they are getting to play.
Oh.
Okay, Amruta, I have a great idea. Rook e2, he'll say check and he'll try to win the rook, but I'll give counter check.
Sometimes you don't need a great idea.
What?
That is cool. Oh, you won.
Knight resigned.
You won. Night House is the champion. Night House 1-2-3 performance for 2-1-3-9 games played 11. Anurag
Wow.
WD. Oh, by the way, white rate. If you win rate, if you look 91%. नहीं, मुझे लगा वो white से समझता है. Anurag has performance of 2093. He's got silver. And Santosh Thiru has a performance of 2-2-1-1. That's actually best performance. You played with him, right? You lost.
Yeah, he played
He's
very
got
well.
bronze. Nice. Well done.
So, Amruta, one of my main problems as black in this position when I was playing was that okay, finally, right now we are at this position.
Let's see. What are the two moves which you are played from that position?
I played
all of you join
first
back
bishop
here.
f4 happened, right? And then one time I played h5.
Yeah, I didn't like h5 move in general because it weakens. It just feels very weakening.
And then he played rook d1. No, he first played h4 here. h4. Okay.
Your opponent.
Yeah, my opponent. Then I played this. This was not a good move at all. I should have gone queen. Actually,
because
queen
e7 is important
e7.
because bishop g4 फिर तुमको मिलता था fast.
But queen e7, I thought I'll castle.
d5.
Bishop e5, f6 है क्या?
Oh, you win a piece. Unbelievable. I mean, there's no competition.
I mean, overall, I was very skeptical taking such a piece because rook comes here and here.
Intuitively, it doesn't feel good.
But it's not true because
calculation
just
yeah,
bishop goes back and so on. So
absolutely.
bishop f5. He played rook d1. I think now I'm lost here. I mean, I don't have a good position. ed, cd. And he played rook d6. But we reached this position. You remember we were trying to checkmate him. Rook e8, rook d2.
Was there anything here? Bishop g4.
And he played this best move here. Instead of f3, he castled.
Yeah, we also played bishop e2.
And now we played rook e1. And now there was no move only that we could find.
Yeah,
so
king
we played
g8 would have at least been in the very difficult move. King g8.
Yeah, but we did this. And once again, oh my god, was he Santosh? d5.
Rook e5. Then
Santosh was making all the best moves, huh?
nice tournament. Nicholas says finished 7th.
PD6 was what you suggested.
Krishna says 55th rank in a live chess event today, but a lot of learning nonetheless.
Wow.
Sumit asks, "Hi Sagar, can you please repeat the Fritz course that you said you have made recently?"
I did it with Gukesh, and actually we launched it yesterday. It's on a pre-order. This is the one that we have. It's Attack Like a Super GM with Gukesh. He came to Mumbai. We recorded stuff together. It has his own games which he has analyzed, and along with me, we actually ask a lot of questions in each game, like 20 odd questions in each game. And we are like, what will you play? Then Gukesh explains his thought process. It's a beautifully made one. And Gukesh himself liked it a lot. In fact, there's an interview with him today where he talks about it. And so get it for yourself. There's also a special offer that you get 3 months of ChessBase Premium Account if you pre-order it. So it's a great thing.
Yeah, and everybody has a different style, even if attack is one most common thing in chess,
Yeah.
but everybody's style of attacking is different, and you definitely get to learn
It's the
those
first
things.
link in the description. So please check it out. And then with it also came, with him also we have created something on calculation, advanced tactics that is there. That we'll say very soon. That will also be out. But this one, you get it. You will like it. I'll put more stuff about it also outside so you know what it is. But for now, you can check this out.
Some people, Sagar, who played, you came 20th, Venugopal came 21st, Shubhra came 11th. Those were the Nicholas finished 7th. So those
Wow.
were Angel finished 17th, Akshata finished 32. Others said joined late. Okay, one more time tomorrow. Let's just have a look at what happened. Rook D1 was played
Ah.
by Ding.
And
Okay.
Nepo played H5
Acha,
in 2
H5
minutes.
happened.
He's still in his preparation, Amruta. Crazy
Easy.
guy, no?
Okay, suppose he played
Okay, I have
H5.
one
Ek
question to the
minute.
chat.
Whether H4 or not is a question.
Yes, I have one question to the chat.
Hmm.
Why is
So
this
why do you think?
a
Oh,
blunder?
chat chess moves.
Guys, why is this a blunder?
I don't think your chat is going to get the answer for the best move. But it's a great moment of raising a question. And I love how chat is, beautifully trying to.
But no one got it right.
Dhanya says, Sagar sir, I joined now only. What should I do to play with you? Tomorrow you have to join at 2:30, 2:45 whenever the stream starts, and then participate in the tournament, and then you might be paired with Sagar. ChessBase India has chatted. Gukesh's first ever video course is out. Check the link in the description. But I really like Gukesh's photo on the DVD. Abhyudaya took a very nice
Yeah, it's a
one.
nice one. By the
Okay,
way,
we have
everyone has
answers.
said
H4.
H4.
Amazing, guys. Look at the bar. It still says that yes, you're better.
But then Queen D3,
But
Amruta.
not the best move.
And
Yeah,
you can't take it still because this is hanging. So
correct.
while H4 is playable, the best move is something else. Can you guys try it once again? Let's see if you this time you can.
Pallavi says, take me in the tournament, but tomorrow, Pallavi, you will have to join earlier so that you can then play on the position of Ding versus Nepo, increase your understanding, beat more people in the next tournaments, or maybe if not tournaments, maybe beat your husband with that tournament.
With Pallavi might be a young boy with his mother's account.
Oh, acha, sorry. Then maybe you can beat your coach or your brother or sister or your friend. I'm only 12. Sorry, Pallavi, you're only 12. Got it. Sorry about that.
So here the move is G5. All those who said G5, congratulations.
Yeah, because it was not an easy move. H4 is a threat, very natural. Fataksha aa raha hai. In fact, if you see G5 people have answered.
I gave second chance, so
Okay, Savita, Mukund, Abel, Yug, Harshit, Arav, Manish, Anurag, Sid, and Nikhil. G5 was the best move in that position, and you cannot move the bishop. But what if bishop e5? That's the thing. Now you go h4.
and
Because
now
if queen moves, then you take
queen
the
cannot
bishop.
control this plus this. So
True.
like if you go queen d3, then queen e5.
Yep. So in the game, he played what? He did not go for h4. He played castle, right? So he must also be in prep. Then happened h4
No,
or
he's
what?
not in prep. He's down to 41 minutes.
Take care.
H4.
Hmm.
Now queen went to d3.
How much time did it take for queen d3 by the way? Right now he is 119. So he took 7 minutes. Yep.
Okay, Amrita, one question to you. Why is d takes e5 a mistake? Guys, white to play. Easy peasy.
Krishna, do you regret it? You don't regret it.
I'll go some. Today our other internet came to use.
Acha, that gone? That is gone?
मतलब Amrita game handy.
Yeah.
Check. Let's see how many of you got it. Yay!
Queen d8, and that's a skewer. Mukund, Piyali, Ansh, Ayush, Manish, Arav, Pallavi, Harshit, Roshan, and Beloglavi. Queen d8, Rook d8.
And you win this.
Yeah.
So the right move is queen e8. But here is an important move to find again.
Ooh.
Queen takes c7.
What if e takes f4? There's a win. The king on f8 is pretty irritating.
Yeah, it's not well placed. But Amrita, after queen d3, now Nepo can't take here, but he can develop his bishop.
Exactly. One
So
second.
he is very likely to play bishop e6.
Correct. I mean, because the bishop doesn't have h3, g4, f5 square. So the next option is bishop e6.
Yeah. And now, if you as white decide to be greedy and snatch this
Just
pawn,
equal.
then such a position might not yield much. Because after rook c8, king e7, I mean, black has compensation for the missing pawn.
Not even compensation. It's just like you win the pawn back
So,
very quickly.
Amrita, as white, you don't want to take here.
No, you don't want to allow simplification so easily. How do you still maintain the tension? Is the main question. Bishop f3 is one
This is
time
one.
candidate.
Yeah. Also, Amrita,
H-
rook f e1, getting the last piece into the game makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense.
Yeah, correct. Agreed. Only thing is, so for black, we are 2 moves away from getting his rooks connected. So for black, when he gets into comfortable position, his g pawn moves, then king has to move, and maybe even the rook has to come to some safe place, like e8 or something. So 3 moves. White, if he slows down for the next 3 moves, then the advantage is going to be gone. The initiative is going to be gone, basically. These 3 moves are very critical. We are at that situation. Sagar did make some moves right now, just trying to make the best moves.
Okay,
But
Amrita,
let's
I'll
go
take
back.
a break for
Yes.
some time and be back, okay?
Sagar, can you give me some?
Yes, sure. Water?
हाँ पानी का bottle. Who is better in this better? First of all, let me just go to the main game. Wait, not anyway. Let it be here, where it originally was. Yeah, sounds good. So h4, h4 queen d3 we saw over here. And what has oh, he did play g5. Actually, Nepo played g5 here. And it is very important for Ding that which is a forced move, because if you play something like bishop e3, there is already you're losing a pawn here. Queen takes c5. So that is pretty obvious that he's going to take here, and Nepo will take c takes d6. What do you think is the difference between c takes d6 first? Thank you. And bishop takes d6. Okay, what do you think is the difference between first c takes d6 and first bishop takes d6? Like if black goes bishop takes d6, okay, white captures here. Now c takes d6. White will have a very great move. Awesome move, I would say. Must move, and that move, many moves are possible, but I want you to guess this idea, because what you have to do is to keep in mind. So that's the reason. While rook e1 is possible, yes, but angel, right, absolutely right. f4, an idea which in this whole position, and as Sagar says, in this whole tactical landscape, or the landscape of this position, we must keep in mind something like this. The idea is to open the f file, more pressure on f7, king is on f8, and you are opening up the position. And if black says no, I don't want to open up the position, then you have this move f5, and look at this c8 bishop, it is absolutely in trouble. f6 is going to be in the air. Rook f4, rook e4 could be in the air. So overall it is a very nice idea. f4, let's keep that in mind. And now go back to the main position. Ding played c takes d6, and Nepo again did not think much. What was his time? 1 hour 21 minutes. He just took on d6 with the pawn. So right now Ding, look, if Ding makes 1 or 2 weak moves, let's say, Nepo is going to get equality. So Ding has to play those kind of best moves which keeps that pressure. The tension must be maintained. Yes, Hypernova, I really like tactical landscape, because it's so easy to, for us to, it's not necessarily that that tactic works exactly at that point of time, at that particular point, but that pattern we keep in mind, and we know that with one move change, with one piece which doesn't control this square or that diagonal, we know, oh, that pattern is possible, something like that. It's really important there. So over here, after c takes d6, what is that those moves which white has? His bishop is attacked. Definitely he needs to move it. So natural is first to think of bishop d6, because you're winning the pawn. The other thing is to go bishop e3, trying to not go for simplification here. And the idea is after f3 you get the f file which is open. So these are the two main moves which Ding will have to consider. Let's say bishop takes d6. He wants to win a pawn. Bishop takes d6. Actually, yeah, queen takes d6. Queen takes d6 you have to play, because if you try to develop the bishop, white will say, okay, I've won the pawn and then I don't even want to exchange the queens. So queen takes d6, rook takes d6, and most natural is to develop the bishop to e6, because you want to start putting pressure on the doubled isolated pawns on the semi-open C file for black, right? These are the doubled isolated pawns, which is the major compensation to white. So यहाँ तक it is all happening forcing. Now, can white try in this position to still put more pressure on black? Would you like to play this position with white if you were a pawn up, guys? What do you think? Bishop f3 is a suggestion from you. Yeah, then there is f4. If you go bishop f3 with a simple threat of bishop takes b7, then black also takes the pawn. And let's say now if you take the pawn here, rook goes to b8, attacking this bishop, and this bishop is also attacking the rook. Of course, you will need to go rook b1, quite forced. But then finally, you have lost the a2 pawn here. This should be okay. Material goes equal, so should be okay. So we can't go for something like this. So you bishop f3, that's why will lead to a forcing equality. Then a few people have suggested f4. Yes, exactly. I would love to first consider the move f4. The reason is it's dynamic, quite dynamic. The point is if you play gf4, rook f4, white has some weaknesses to attack and he is also trying to protect the isolated pawns. In the future, remember this weakness on h4 is nearer to the white king. In the future, it's way easier to attack this than for black to defend it. So rook f4, what can black play? Let's say black wants to connect the rooks, very important. So he'll try to play king e7, which also attacks the rook on d6. Again, quite a natural idea there. Let's say white tries to move the rook away and protects c4 even further, but also attacks another isolated pawn. You see, a lot of moves are seeming like forcing. h3. So we are going here, but let's look at the game because a few moves are happening, exchanges are happening. Queen d6, bishop d6, rook d6. Yes, Ding has gone for something like this. He did not go for those ideas where he could play bishop e3, fe3, these kind of ideas, because after bishop e6, maybe he did not find anything which is very clear for white. In fact, black could threaten something like rook h6, rook f6 as well, or just rook h6, maybe even rook g6 and trying to attack, king just stays on g8. That could also be possible. Okay, so this is the position we are at, and you guys were suggesting, we have seen bishop f3 move, which is not working because of bishop e6 and it leads to equality. So f4 is the move after bishop, I'm wrong. After bishop e6, we saw bishop f3 and then we saw bishop c4. So f4 is the move. Will Ding play f4 is the question. Rook f d1 is also suggested. Let's try to check at rook f d1, which is another suggestion by the chat. What's the problem of rook f d1? Or is there any problem? Rook c8. The first instinct goes rook c8. But you might say rook d8 check, rook d8, king g7, rook h8, king h8, and in the entire bishop endgame, when white is right now a pawn up, yeah, so it's not easy to attack the c4 pawn further. There is one attacker and there is one defender. You don't have rooks to attack it further. The good move again and again which we are seeing could be possible. You can play simple chess, but f4 is really a possible move here, so that your king comes very quickly in the game, and king f3, king f4, king g5. So let's say, just to check out a few moves here, if king g7, king f3, if king f6, king f4, and this endgame, is clearly better for white. This particular endgame is clearly better for white because black might land up in a zugzwang and lose the h4 pawn. So f4 is a very strong possibility which we cannot forget, and that's why after rook d6 I think this is the main line to understand what the evaluation is going to be and to analyze, because this will determine whether this game is going into a draw or white will have any initiative. He will play c5. Are you suggesting c5 over here? But lot of problems. Firstly, there is rook c8. This is attacked. Also, when you played c5, not immediately, but you must not forget that a2 can be under some problem. And right now, anyway, you cannot defend a c5 pawn. So, no, not a great idea. If pawn to f4, then pawn f6, Prabha says. Here, f6 would be a blunder. Or maybe you said it in some other position. By the way, Nepo played bishop e6. It has happened on the board. So exactly the position which we are reaching. Yes. Guys, what's your prediction? Is Ding going to play f4 or not? Next move. No. Yes. 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 He will 100% f4. Thank you, Santosh. f4, g4, f5 is there. f4 then g4. Yes. So most of you, I would say 80% of you are predicting that Ding is going to play f4. Let's analyze before they play. f4. Suppose g4. Sorry. As Sayan says, that is a bad move. That's almost close to a blunder because comes f5 and this bishop is in big trouble. So it's not, in fact, forget about the trouble here. F6 and you will lose material. Yeah, because the rook will be gone. So taking on f4 or going an intermezzo, which is a counter attack to rook on d6. So you don't have time to take on g5. This can be another option. King e7 and rook d4. And then you will have to take, because as you know, you cannot ignore this. At this point, if you try to play something like f6, the problem is your king is weak in the center and your pieces are not well coordinated. Rook e1. You know, you're just trying to go after that king and a pin and a weak central open files with these ideas of bishop g4. And it's going to be a lot of problems there for black. Okay. So this one clearly better for white. I mean, after rook d4, you will have to take on f4. So this is one way which Nepo can continue. Takes, rook f4. This position will reach. The other way he can continue is after f4, gf4, rook f4, and anyway king e7, it can convert. So most likely, we are going to reach this position, most likely. A forcing variation in a way, where finally h4 is going to be attacked, and to save it, you have only one move. h3. Wait, can rook a d8 save rook h4? Yeah, it can, guys. Why can rook a d8 be played and how does it stop rook h4? What is the main idea? What is the good move for black here? What should black play? Hypernova says, I hope the classical ends in a draw. So they get two rapids. Then rapids end in a draw with multiple results. Then they play blitz, which also gets drawn. So they get to Armageddon. The insanity goes on. Great fantasy for sure, Hypernova. And of course, the whole chess world will be happy to witness that, but seems very unlikely. Let's look at the results. Yes, Rugdi to Abel, Angel, Telegram, Samir, Sayan, Saurav, Pallavi, Dakshra, Piyali, and Arijit. Absolutely right there. Rook D2 comes in, attacks E2, attacks A2. A lot of weaknesses, as we are aware, for both white and black. By the way, F4 has happened. I mean, that is the only way. If Ding would not have played f4, it would be like almost like equality there. And Nepo goes king e7. Man, this guy is not thinking at all. Do you think he's prepared? It's all a part of preparation, because if he's prepared, then he knows how to equalize this. It's like, oh Krishna, thank you for your super chat. 108 rupees. That's the, by the way, it says celebrate the first super chat from Krishna. Oh, wow. It's the first one. Thank you so much. That's a cool feature, yeah, YouTube has now for if somebody gives super chat for the first time. I don't think it was there earlier. Brilliant. And why 108? Very interesting amount. Yes, not YouTuber here said 100% F4. Today your confidence level is amazing. You can make a lot of decisions of your life. ठीक है. King e7, rook d4 is played and gf4. This also we said that likely that we are reaching this position and we will be looking at it. Cool. Oh, Vishwaroop Nagpal says pre-order the Gukesh attack. How to access the ChessBase Premium account. Vishwaroop, you will get an email. By the way, this position we have now a move h3. If you remember, right now we were looking at rook d8, how it stops rook h4 because of rook h4, and getting an entry on the 7th rank. That is how the counter attack was. But white had a great move. If Nepo would have played rook a d8, white had an amazing strategic move. What was the amazing strategic move here? Can you find for white? It is not easy, so I'm not expecting too much, but why not give it a try? What was the nice strategic move from white? Most of you are thinking like, king is a piece in the endgame. I like it. That's why the suggestion of king f2 is a very natural and a good one. Definitely a consideration. But in this position, if I want to show you, h3 has been predicted by Angel, Anish, and Samir. Yes, h3 would be a very nice strategic move. You have fixed the pawn weakness on h4 right now. You're not planning to take it immediately, but it is fixed, and hence the path later to attack this h4, it's going to be near the white king. So this would have been a good move, not an easy move, as I've said. Black, if cannot consider capturing on d4 because you're very happy that your isolated pawns are now together, right? It's like kuch jhagda hua hai idhar, and now it has been resolved. So it's like that. So that way black cannot think of taking here. He will have to think of some other ideas. Let's go back and let's look at the game. h3 was played. And what Ding played, guys, can you guess what Ding plays? If you have not seen what Ding is played, just try to guess. And those who have seen, please do not say the move, what he played. Of course, I trust that you guys are loyal. Yes, Hypernova. H3 was not an easy move for sure for white. But anyway, what has white played? Everybody is guessing, and the main guess is G4. Okay, that's cool. But white also had G3. But what Ding played was the move G4 because he did not want to keep the pawn on G3 because it blocks the square for the king to attack H3. Hence, G4, I mean, whatever best possible in this position, yeah, in any given position. Nepo went rook a c8. Oh my god, this guy had 1 hour 15 minutes here, and now he has used only one more minute. Nepo goes rook a c8. Ding goes king f2. He is going to g3. This really looks weak, but why? Why is the bar saying that the position is almost equal? And if at all, slight initiative with white, but very possible for black to defend this without any hassle. Very surprising. Hypernova says someone should tell Nepo that he is in a classical game. Or Nepo is telling us that I am prepared and I don't need a classical game for this line. Angel suggests, I think rook c5 is going to be annoying for white, which has happened on the board. Let's try to see for white, yeah? How can Ding try still and keep his initiative? Because one of the thing is how much ever it can go to equality. But if that thoda pressure, sometimes it is not like you are completely stressed every day, because sometimes that one stress for one specific thing, that thing happens and your stress is gone. But it's like a daily thoda stress. It just keeps building up, that kind of a thing. It's like 2 months के बाद there is a board exam and then I have to study, that kind of a stress. So how can Ding actually think of such moves and ideas which keep that stress level for Nepo? Because he has to sustain that for a longer period. What happens is sometimes that little irritable thing suddenly becomes like you make a blunder or you make a big mistake because the pressure has been going on and on and on. That kind of a thing. Is this that kind of a position which Ding can, try to really push hard? So all of you are suggesting right now king g3. Arshad, Karpov versus Petrosian, both in their absolute primes in a world championship. Who would win? Of course, Karpov is very strong, but I love Petrosian's exchange sacrifices. I'm a big fan of that, especially the positional exchange sacrifices. So I would say Petrosian. Anyway, there is nobody who can prove anything. Okay, king g3 is being suggested by many of you in the chat. The other move which is being suggested is a4. So a4 and king g3. Anything else was suggested? Yes. Bishop f3 as well. Most natural moves. For me also, let's say the first very natural move which seems is king g3, and the question immediately which comes is rook c5 had an idea, which was to attack the a2 pawn, right? That was the whole idea. And now how the hell am I going to defend this? Only move is rook d2. This is the only move to defend it. And black says, okay, this is defended. You are defending this. I'll just progress. I'll keep the pawn on b6 so that it is on the dark square and it is forever out of this threat of bishop f3. And this is one position which could be landed into. What Nepo played is a4. Why? Because he is preparing against rook a5. What is his idea for rook a5? He wants to go bishop d1, which means he does not want to tie his rook down. He prefers tying his bishop for the pawn, so that it is rook versus bishop. In a way, until the rook is attacking the a pawn, his bishop is defending, but which means his rooks can be free. Correct? So that is the reason a very nice move, very interesting, the way he is thinking, a4 was played. Whether Nepo will now make a move in a minute or no, we have to see. He has a lot of options, like some natural moves. Eventually he is going to go is b6 for sure. One will be rook a5 for sure. The other will be this rook has to think of improving itself. It doesn't want to be on h8 forever, but it cannot just completely leave the defense for h3 pawn as well. So yeah, it might go to h6 trying to go to f6. That could be another idea. Bishop on e6, well placed, attacking, keeping pressure on both these points. It doesn't need to move. The king would love to advance, but both the squares d6 f6 are not available. Let's just say that. So if you see Nepo's next few moves, one is going to be b6, one could be rook h6, one could be rook a5, and can I also consider a move like rook hc8, where you have 1, 2 and 3 people attacking c4. I have 1, 2 and 3 people defending c4. So whatever you have attacked, I have defended, but now I am threatening king g3 to attack this guy here. So rook at c8 doesn't make any sense because you are not really progressing in anything. So these were the ideas for Nepo. Hemant asks how about bishop d1 to take it to bishop b3. So rook e4 pinning the bishop, when king moves to f8, then check on d8, then rook trade, and then take the pawn on h3. So what Mr. Vanjaki is suggesting is something like rook e4, pinning the bishop. If the king goes back, then there is check. If the king goes here, then you have rook h8. The king takes the rook on h8. So just to give you an idea about what he's talking, there is a problem in the whole calculation though, Vanjaki, that you want to give this check, you want to exchange this, and then you want to go king g3 here. Trying to, no, first you might want to defend this, and then you might want to go king g3. Okay, this is what you want to play. But black also has bishop d7. Let's not forget that, because you've exchanged one rook and no more there is a pin. So that's not happening. Why not now? After a4, good question. In this calculation, what we realize is, after bishop d7, what if black tries to attack the a4 pawn? What can white play here? What is white's move here? Why can't black go bishop d7 so easily? Oh, not YouTuber had asked the same question. Okay. Ooh, Darsh wants to complicate the matters and go rook f7 check. But Darsh, this takes and rook d7, you may have got one pawn and one bishop for the exchange, but you have a lot of weaknesses in the game. Not going to be enough. So as yes, rook f e4 is a check which is happening, and either you have to go back bishop e6, or if you move the king, then you'll have to go back to d8, and the whole position for black has suddenly become extremely passive. If you go bishop e6, in fact, white would love to make a very good move here. This one, guys, try to find a good idea for white. Again, not an easy one because we were not looking at it as such, but it's a really nice idea. Can you find it? Oh, I'm sure if you try to find this, you will just feel happy. We are now already at a position which may be not the most tactical. It's a lot of strategical decisions involved. Wow, nice. Amazing. Angel, Nikhil, Abel, Dakshra, Aradhya, Pallavi, Shivam, Nayake, Shabajot, Jared. Absolutely right. Rook d5. A very nice move to understand that you would love that this rook gets exchanged. But black cannot take here. It's a blunder, a big blunder, because after ed5, he will lose a piece there. Which means this rook has to save itself. Which means if you play b6, then this position, what you have got is you have given another isolated double pawn to black, and these pawns in that sense are a little bit freer. You have created one more weakness on a5. And if black will try to, let's say, avoid exchange, go back, the beauty here is white can now take his rook to b5, oops, attack the b7 pawn, and maybe force him to play b6, but then the rook on a6 kind of feels a little bit misplaced. So this rook d5 idea was very nice after the pin which was happening. In the game, what happened was rook a5 was played and bishop d1. We are at this position currently, bishop d1. So we have rejected a move bishop d7, and black right now, Nepo is thinking, I think after a long time he's thinking for a longer time than all the previous moves. Maybe he will play a move like b6. That's what is a possibility. Or he could play a move like rook h6. I think these are the two moves which could happen now. Rook d5 is great. Yeah. Rook a5, bishop d1 actually played. Easy for me. Amazing. No, rook d5 was a great move. I really liked it. Because, you know, what is happening is, it's at a right time, you are alert for some move which was not happening previously for many moves. So those are the moves which are not in the landscape also, and suddenly those happen like a candidate moves. Often we miss some moves like these. So bishop d1. Ding has 1 hour, Nepo has 1 hour 5 minutes. Have we put a poll here? Should I put a poll? No, there is a pinned comment, right? If I put a poll, maybe the pinned comment will disappear. I'm not sure about it. It will disappear, kya? Guys, if I put a poll, will the pinned comment disappear? It won't. Ah, okay. Then I'll put a poll, because what do you think the result is going to be? Ding wins, draw, Nepo wins. Yep, I put a poll there. Wow, really? Oh my god, amazing. I mean 65% of you are predicting that Ding can win. That's a huge number. Draw 26%. So bishop d1. Weakness is there isn't much left in the board. Not really, because if you look at the, I mean, in terms of the bar, yes, but if you look at the imbalances, then there are one. Just let's look at the pawn islands. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 3 pawn islands for white, and 1, 2, 3 pawn islands for black. Pawn islands are 3 versus 3, and there are 2 double pawns for white, whereas black does not have a double pawn, but this is an extra pawn, so materially white is better. White's rooks are well placed. Black's, this rook is also being a good attacker, but this rook is a defender here, so that could be slight initiative for white over there. And this bishop over here is a defender. Oops. So this light square bishop will be slightly better. That might be for in black's favor. With the king, maybe because the king can attack h3 way easily, could be slightly again in white's favor. Given everything, it just happens a very slight advantage for white, because a lot of it is dependent on whether Nepo can defend well or not. That is a critical question here. So yeah, if Nepo, the way he has been playing, he has been in form, and if he can defend well, true, that nothing much here. But it's still going to be a game there, because 26th move, right? 14 moves. We will know if before 40th move, guys, do you think before 40th move this game will end? Or will it go on and on? White has an edge, says Angel. Alright, this is 99% draw. 1% कहाँ गया? Probably not. I think it will end. I truly see no good moves for white after black moves, says Arid. It will go on after 40 moves. Before 40. Kafi confusion hai. Chat is confused whether it is going to go after 40 or before 40. We don't know. I think it's a lot of confusion. Okay, so can we try to analyze the most natural move, b6? I think b6 is one of the most natural move. Let's just try to look at king g3, keeping pressure on h3 right now. And one move which black has, oh, he has played b6 by the way. Kya hi baat hai? We're looking here and it's happening here. So rook f e4 was one idea, which we were just as an idea we looked into, and king g3 was one idea. So suppose king g3, by the way, Nepo has one more very dynamic move here in this position, which we have not yet considered at all. And it's a very nice move, actually. Should I say f5? Oh no, the bar doesn't like it actually. f5. So why? Because if you go gf5, rook f5, rook f5, bishop f5, still seems equal to me, I guess. Surprising. Maybe the bar doesn't want to take here. Yes. What the engine would want to say for f5 is ignore. Isko ignore mara. Can you consider a move like g5, creating another pass pawn? And if rook g8 here, yeah, king h3 would definitely be bad. Rook g5 and your king is absolutely in a mess there. Not king h. If you go king h4 there, then anyway there is rook h8 check. You're not making any progress. So not that. Oh well, I mean, it's just not to the liking because there are too many moves, but just to consider something like rook h4 and rook g5 check here, this gives a lot of counterplay to black. So that's the reason for black. f5 is definitely something to consider, and if white ignores, white doesn't push the pawn, white doesn't do anything, and white just goes rook f1 with the idea of rook e1 pinning the bishop, because there is no f pawn right now anymore supporting it. So look at this, such a cool idea. I mean, just look at the pattern. Yeah, doesn't matter if it is the best or not, but just this maneuver that rook goes back, then rook goes to the central file, pins the bishop. This bishop is ready to jump to g4, put pressure on e6, looks a little scary for black. Can be defended, but still looks a little scary. Because of course will need to move the king to f6. If he tries to defend his e6, already you see it's a blunder. There is bishop g4. This is more under attack. And I don't know yet, guys, how this is a blunder, but majorly you are just increasing more and more pressure here. And after this, the end game will be king. Actually it's simple. The king pawn end game will be winning for white because you are pawn up. Wow, very interesting. Very interesting. That was very cool ideas there. So b6, and Ding is thinking Ding should go king g3. If Ding wants to avoid complications of f5, he might consider rook e4. So guys, when you played the game today, you were all getting you all said that it was much easier for white to play, and all of us thought that yes, white is going to get a good enough advantage. So we have been wrong. Nepo has defended. Nepo was very well prepared, in fact, and he has managed to bring it to a situation of really making Ding work too hard, we can say. And at this point, 1 point down, and with white, I think it's the first time for Ding that with white, it's, he's not really able to get a good enough advantage to his liking. And with such less pieces on the board, not easy. How long is he going to put pressure? By the way, do you guys remember when Nepo had this last game? Rook and knight versus rook, knight and 3 pawns versus rook, knight and 2 pawns. That was the game. And we were like, okay, it is going to end in a draw very soon. But Nepo played on, and he actually managed to put pressure on Ding in some way. So it was such a plain equal, but he could manage that. If you compare this position with that last game, then there is still a lot happening there for sure. You still have a lot of imbalances. You still have 3 pieces at least on the board. You still have a possibility of the kings becoming weak. So there's still a lot happening there. I would be surprised if rook f4 isn't a brilliant move. Rook f4 is a good move. Not a brilliant, but it's definitely a good idea there. Though black can go king f6. I don't know what your plan is, because now, like, if the king doesn't move, you had ideas with rook d5 as well, as we were looking at it. But with king f6, what is your plan? You can't go rook d5. You will only eventually improve your position with king g3. And now this king sits on g5, where your g4 also can be more under pressure. King, look at this king on e7, and now look at the king on g5. Of course, where do you prefer? The best part is the 5th rank is defended beautifully with this rook. मतलब क्या ही multitasker है. This rook is an amazing multitasker, defending its pawn, attacking the a4, defending the 5th rank. Beautiful one. You wouldn't want the king on g5, I guess. So I would reject rook e4. I think king g3 is what Ding will play. And the ball is in Nepo's court, whether he would like to complicate the matters with f5, whether he would want to go a move like rook h6. If we want to have a look at the move like rook h6, rook d6, rook c5. You're talking about the king g5 position here. Rook d6, no threat. Yeah, rook d6 has no threat. Unfortunately, this d7 is very well guarded. So I love the bishop. I think these are the two main guys, yeah? The rook and the bishop. They are enough. They can keep attacking this, and the king and the rook can keep defending. That works. That works like a team delegation, if we want to call. Can we play rook d2, rook b2, rook b5? Okay, good question. You want to try the same idea with rook d2, rook b2. Let's say black does nothing. मतलब कुछ करना ही नहीं है. It's like जिंदगी में कुछ करना ही नहीं है, बस जहाँ हो वहाँ खुश हो. That's what is black is saying. What's your plan? If you go rook b2, no, right now you are losing the pawn because you had bishop on d1. Which means if you either you go back here, if you go bishop e2, then there is rook a5 anyway, where you will have to go bishop d1. So no, rook d2 is not at all helping in any way. Yeah, king g3 is most natural to improve your king position. I doubt this. I think this is the position we are going to reach. In fact, I am surprised why Ding is thinking so much. The question is whether Nepo wants to complicate the matters with f5. It also simplifies, of course, but with very dynamic situation. Or whether he wants to go a move like rook at 6. I think this move, rook at 6, is very cool. Very interesting. Now what will you play with white? Would you think of a move like g5? Oh my god. Oops, sorry. Look at this rook. I only forgot it's there. It g5 would be a blunder. So no. What else do you have? Now would you think of a move like rook e4? Yes, the moment you go rook e4, there is king e4, king f6, king g5. Would you think of this rook to e4? And can black then think of this idea? Or is it too much to go on the other side? It seems like Bar says it's a little bit too much. Find something. Mahesh Kumari says bishop c2. Jared says if I was controlling white pieces, I will offer a draw. Arey no, Ding will try till the, last breath, as we can say in that sense. Not at all. He needs to put as much pressure as possible. Can we try to work the king to the queen side and defend the weaknesses? Okay, we can check that also. But bishop f2? Bishop c2. You all are meaning bishop c2. Nepo could offer a draw. I'm not sure. Guys, what is bishop f2? You are saying f2 is this square, which is a dark square. And this cannot go here. So obviously I understand that you are meaning bishop c2 here. Yeah. Let's say I reject and I go king c5. Whenever the king comes to c5, let me ask all of you a question. What is the... Oops. What happened? Where's the chat? Chess moves gone. Yeah. Oops, can you guys write again? Because I think I am right now started the voting for the chat chess moves. So if the black king goes to c5, white to play, what can you play? There are two good moves possible here. Oh, you can see the thing already. Oops. I'm so stupid. Okay. Let's see anyway. We have rook e5 as one move. And we also have very few people actually. Yeah. We have rook e5 and we have g5. g5 only one person and rook e5. Yes, both are good moves because as we saw g5, which wasn't being played because of this rook on a5, very well defending. And rook e5 check, again the 5th rank, you get a good chance. The king has to go back, but you are happy with this progress happening because now if you compare the rook which is been eliminated, just look at the rook which is eliminated. It was the black's rook which was an attacker. So that is the main rook which you eliminated. And now you're talking about this as a defender rook, right? So even a move like bishop f5, again eliminating the strongest piece in black's camp. E6 is the strongest piece. Again eliminating that, eventually h3 is going to be a big weakness. So these ideas, if you can't just say कि black तो कुछ भी खेल के खेला तो भी draw है. It's not like black can play anything and it's still going to be a draw. It's only that black still needs to be playing perfectly. These are not moves which are very bad. If you look at this move, king d6 or king c5, if you are playing a game, it's not a bad move, it's not a blunder. It doesn't feel like it's a blunder, right? But when you look at it strategically, it's a strategic blunder. It's not a tactical blunder. You're not losing immediately any material next move. It's just a strategical blunder. You are allowing white to exchange the best pieces in black's camp, which are the compensation against this extra pawn. So this you have to be aware of. Let's go back and let's see if after rook d, one second. So this was just for as an example I was showing what if black goes king d6 and all, but he doesn't need to go that. Black can in fact keep playing even rook c5, rook a5. Let's try to see one more thing. Black says मुझे कुछ करना ही नहीं है जिंदगी में. What is white going to do? Does white have anything which is improvement? You go bishop b3. Go rook a5. Wow, guys, yes, beautiful. Black can't do that कि मुझे कुछ करना ही नहीं है जिंदगी में. White to play. What should white play? Guys, white to play. This is a great, great move. You can try to guess to improve your understanding. Spur says, what is Ring thinking for so much time when there are not much moves? That's a good question. Mostly in such situations when you fall under this, thinking situation, it's like which can still be the best continuation, which can give me practically the best chances. Okay, let me just look at the. So there is c5 and there is rook f5. Both have been suggested, and I think both are amazing moves. Amit, Aradhya, Vignesh, Sayan, Srirang, Chess, Akshata, Dharsh, Abhishek, Aryan, and अरे दर्श यू कैन से बोथ द मूव्स. एक बोलना है, ऐसे थोड़ी चलेगा. एंजल, जेवियर, हिमांशु, प्रखर, सयान, मेसी. ओके, द मूव हियर इज both the moves are really good. c5 and rook f5. For rook f5 we have the similar idea where we had this rook on d5 trying to exchange forces pawn to a5. That's going to be very good for you. Or even if he goes to c5, we can still think of exchanging the most active piece of black's position. So this is an advantage for white. This is a much better situation which white is in, and we know that the pawn on h3 is a fixed weakness. Matlab, it is fixed. It's like that furniture which is not movable. So that is the thing. Now let's go back. So rook f5 is a great move, great idea, and you won't be able to, if you could try to avoid the exchange and go back rook a6. Similarly, you have c5. There is a pin over there, and c5 comes as a very strong idea. You are also threatening c6, c7. So if black takes on c5, rook c5, or rook c5 is possible with then the ideas of g5, g6. This e6 can become really weak. Or you could also think of g5 directly as well. So king pawn endgame, guys, remember, if it goes king pawn endgame, it can favor white mostly because he is material up. Right now, though, he has given the c5 pawn here, but he is winning the h3 pawn, and that's the outside passer pawn. Okay, so that is one variation which one idea which we have to be alert for. And other than rook f5, all those who had suggested c5 directly, my question is, what were you thinking? I mean, for rook c5, it was not an easy calculation. So for rook c5, what was the plan? Rook f5, yes, clean and clear, we can say. But c5, giving up the pawn, had to be followed up by an important continuation. Because if you don't do that, then again you have nothing. Rook f5 leads to absolutely pinned bishop, unable to prevent advancing the f pawn. Okay. So if you had to go c5 directly, then the idea would be just right now support c3 move. So go rook e3. Also, by doing so, you are keeping the square vacant, so the rook can double on e4, double on e file, which means you can put more pressure on the e6 bishop. That is one possibility. So, but this I would say could be a little bit harder to go for. Rook f5 was a simple idea. Now, that means that black just cannot keep his pieces as it is. He cannot say pass. He has to play well. He has to be alert. He has to be alert for ideas of white. Ideas like rook f5, c5, g5 after rook f5, getting into king pawn in game, this bishop being pinned, and most of the problems are happening because of the pin here. That's why instead of this, why not to simply go king f8 and solve all the problems which are arising due to the pin there, and take your king to g7, maybe g6 and g5, this route. How about this? If this is how black plays, then yes, he is again defending well. So I think where is the position? b6 has been played, and Ding is still thinking how much time is he having. He's not played yet. But after king g3, maybe can black go rook f8 directly? No. Then there is rook d8, king g7, rook h8, king h8, king h3. And here if you go bishop d7, the problem is f7 is hanging. So that's not happening. So he cannot go king f8 directly. So rook h6. A lot of things are interrelated, as we just right now improved our understanding for this endgame currently. Timings are, look at this here. So bishop d1 was played by Ding and he had 1 hour at this point of time. b6 was played by Nepo. I am not able to see how long he took while he played the move b6. If people in the chat can help there, the current time which Ding will be having, please drop in the chat. Bottom and top. Yes, I know, but somehow for the last move it doesn't show. So bishop d1. This is the timing it shows. So Nepo's timing will be maybe around 1 hour 8 minutes. And Ding, how long he has been thinking? I think at least it's been 10 minutes, right? Since he's thinking. Vignesh says YouTube is shadow banning or not promoting the streams. Why are you guys not streaming in Twitch as well? It will bring also new people to the community. 20 minutes Ding has been thinking. Yeah, 20 minutes. So he is down to 40 minutes right now. In terms of time pressure, he has to do 14 moves. So I don't think time pressure is a problem. Vignesh, Twitch is not very popular in India, nor I think it has any plans to be. It's a US thing more. Oh, Prakhar says Yan at 1 hour, Ding at 39 minutes. So that is the difference. Try king march to b4. So shall we try? Oh, by the way, Ding played. Ding played king g3. He did not go for king b4. But if you had to check a move like king e3, trying to go king b4, Suppose, let's try to have a look at that. The main difference is you're not keeping an eye on h3, and how is it going to matter is a question. You cannot go king c2, a4 will be hanging. So king c1 here, king g7, king b2, and the king is gone too far maybe. Can you go rook e5, trying to uh, enter rook, not e3, but rook e1, and then rook h1 or rook g1, rook g2. Yeah, these could be, this could be possible, but just forget it. Let's go king g6 with that of king g5. Not so easy. Yeah, possible. King b3, king g5. And when this king is on g5, king b4, rook e5. It's all the time showing rook e5. If you try to exchange the rooks, then black is here exchanging the rook, and because g4 is attacked by 1 and 2, you are defending it by 1 and 2. There is no attack on h3. This rook is trying to go rook d8, rook d2, and just going to seem a little scary for your pawn over there on h2. That is the feeling you get. You don't get a feeling of a move like king b5, rook d8, king a6. Oops, sorry, that's a blunder. You will have to make some move here. Bishop f3, maybe, and then rook d2. And then black is faster in attacking, if you look at this. So, going back, as we predicted, kya hi hai today's predictions, guys? They're all falling in the place. Rook h6 is played. Idea for Nepo, he's very alert. He's not gone for things like f5 or something. He's not intending anything like this. He has a simple plan. He wants to go king f8 and king g7. This is the point. Ding cannot be thinking and thinking and thinking. He has to now see what's going to happen. Ding played bishop d1, kya? No. Rook h6 is the last move. Ding is thinking over here. Yeah, Samay beat me in that game. I clearly underestimated him. Haha, that was a funny game. King f1, king g3. Why you underestimated Samay? Why will I not underestimate Samay? Because it was a 10-minute long game. It was not bullet. So I underestimated him. And a lot was happening that day. There was Gukesh there. Gukesh had a Simon on that day. Anyway, bishop c2 is being suggested here as well. But we will continue with the idea of king f8. So, guys, if I ask you one question, okay, what do you like the most? Endgame, like to prepare alone. Suppose you're alone at home, what do you like the most? I'm not even asking whether you like playing the most, because that is going to be the top thing for everybody. So number one is endgame preparation, anything related with endgames, be it king, pawn, endgame, rook, endgame, or whatever. Solving tactics, simple tactics, actually, very simple tactics. You know you're going to get the answer, those kind of tactics. Then solving studies or difficult tactics, where you know you put one position and you keep on thinking and thinking and thinking, that one. Then you like to opening preparation. It's all about openings basically. And then you maybe like just seeing some games, classics or old, some old games basically, we can say that way. And then the final thing, maybe you just love to see what's happening latest, like all the latest game, kuch bhi ho raha hai, any tournament which is happening, that way. So what do you like to work on in chess? Positional play also, that's endgame. Apurva says tactics, Himanshu says solving tactics, Raghav says endgame and tactics, solving tactics, Akshata says endgame. Chess lover likes positional play, chess tricks like king pawn endgame. Beloglavi likes strategy. Most of you like tactics. Yes, I like seeing classical masterpieces. Positional play, football, calculation, and game in tactics. Okay, most of you like tactics. Yeah, nice. So after playing, the second thing is tactics. All of you like. So do you really work on strategy or positional play or end games or things like that? By the way, let's look at the few moves which happened. Rook h6 was played and Ding played rook f e4 over here. It was being suggested by many of you in the chat, rook f e4. And as we had discussed, Ding continued with king f8. The bar says there is no initiative also with white. No initiative. After king f8, the king has actually let go of these two square, control of these two squares. We saw that why rook h6 was played, that for a check, the king can go to g7. But what I am thinking is, isn't it a good idea to go rook d8 and rook a8 and put pressure on a7 pawn? Why does it not work? Or how can Nepo continue? Chess Lovraj ma'am, is 2150 good rapid leeches rating and in FIDE it is equal to? No, not at all equal to. Whatever your leeches rating is not equal to the main rating over there. FIDE is very different. Classical games, highly serious. I don't know if you have played any classical FIDE rated event, Chess Lover. Have you played? Travel with Nikhil Roshan in the chat. Hi chat wale dosto. Please hit that like button and help us reach more audience. Exactly. Do that. Please do that. D1 bishop is overloaded. Mahaswin. Sagar is not going to join right now. He will join a bit later. All those who don't want to watch, you're free to go to other platforms. There are there. Do not worry. Okay. So rook a8 over here. And if we look at this position, this rook, which now has left the d file, what black also gets an opportunity because of that? Guys, what is the opportunity which black gets because of the white rook which left the d file? What is that move which black should play here or consider as the major candidate move? Major candidate move. You have played rated games, yeah, and defeated 4 players. Amazing. So you must be getting the rating already. D1 bishop is overlaid. Yeah, but what is black's move right now? What can black play? Rook a8. Last move for white was rook a8. What can black play over here? Because of the last move rook a8, this rook has left the control of the d file, because of which it allows black to make a move. Which is that move for black? Plastic chutney. What's funny name? Okay. Ayan ordering. It's a very tough question, but I think a very good question also to the chat. Whom would they have loved to play? What should be the question? Let's see, and then I will also tell. Spur says hoping for lapse in concentration by Anne because I am supporting Ding. Yes, Birat, absolutely right. Bishop d7 and then you are attacking the a4 pawn. Correct. You have left the control of d file and that allows bishop d7 to attack the a4 pawn. This move has been played and also this rook can come to d6, attack the d1 bishop. So it's not going to be so easy. But Ding has given a check here. Rook d8 check has happened in the game. If By the way, king e7 right now, it's a mistake, as we have already seen. If you all remember why king e7 at this point of time would be a mistake, do you remember the move? Do you remember the best idea for white here? Quickly, let's see if you all remember. I'm rated only 1321. Oh, in that FIDE rating, yeah? I would have played Yan, says, because he seems to be impatient sometimes and I have lots of patience. What a reason. Oh, nice, Saumik, Pallavi, chess lover, Mahaswin. Saumik, not YouTuber, amazing, absolutely. Rook d5 would be a great move here. The idea is you would exchange this rook, one rook, which is an important rook. That's why king e7 would not be good. And king g7 has been played, rook a8. Again, this is what which we were looking at, the most natural moves. So Nepo can play bishop d7, simply attacking the pawn on a4. That's a great idea. The other idea which Nepo can also play is rook f6, and if king h3 he can go rook f1, getting this rook activated. It will be very dynamic. It will be a pawn strategic, another pawn sacrifice. In fact, for the moment he's 2 pawns down, not going to be easy. You If you think of moving this bishop where, because a4 is also attacked, if you think of moving the bishop to c2, then there is a check here and you can collect the pawn on c3, because there was bishop earlier, you couldn't give a check, but white could play rook d8, defend it, and somehow black has not got something immediately. Maybe still needs to wait before sacrificing the h3 pawn. He can do that when there is something very clear. Otherwise, bishop d7 just seems like a good strong move. By the way, very important, bishop d7 के लिए important move which we should consider is rook e7, because you have moved the bishop, so you have allowed the white rook on the 7th rank, and you are attacking the bishop. So this is the variation which needs to be checked, where bishop takes a4, bishop takes a4, rook takes a4, and after these exchanges, this rook endgame which we will land into, 4 pawns for white, 3 pawns for black. White is a pawn up, but this is a doubled pawn here. What do you think of this pawn endgame? Will be a question. This will be a question. Draw. You think it's a draw? Marswin says thumbnail is very nice. Wait, did I check the thumbnail? Which one is it? This one. Abhyudaya OP, guys. Abhyudaya OP. Swapnil, you really don't need to spam over here. You can write once whatever you want, but you don't need to spam. So please don't do that. This looks like a draw, definitely. Rook takes a7. We at this position, I mean, black can just go rook c6, attack here. You'll have to go rook a4, defend. No, but h3 is weak. I mean, yes, it is a draw, but not like a plain, clear, simple draw. If you look at this rook endgame, rook a4, now h3 is attacked. What do? Just for a moment, look at a simple move like king g6, okay? And look at the bar, which says king takes h3, I'm winning a pawn. If king g5 here, then king g3, and white is just winning with this extra pawn there, which is going to keep rolling, right? It can change in a moment. So the moves are not so easy that even if black has to play, even if Nepo will have to find a move like f5, when the king is on h3, it is still about timing. It's not like you can play simple chess and it's a draw. So until you are in that zone where natural moves might be bad moves as well, there both of them have to be careful. And rook 8 can be that kind of a play for Ding, which he's okay if it enters in a draw, but at least with some activity. That is what he's going to try. So I like his choice of going rook d8. I like his choice of making his rook more active, taking the chance when king f8, king g7 was gone. I like the ideas that he could go into rook end games with an extra pawn, the h pawn. So overall, Nepo still needs to be alert. We cannot say that it is all a draw, a plain draw, a boring draw. Not at all. Yes, Abhinav says only perfect play can end in a draw. Absolutely. If you are playing this game and you make some 2-3 weak moves, you're lost. I can tell you, you will be lost. So it is not as easy as it seems. With us, we are looking at the best moves, we are taking help from engine, and all of it is easy, but otherwise it's not. Not at all. Josh is very confident, won't be a plain draw. Ding wins. What about bishop e2, bishop f1, bishop h? But bishop e2, whenever you go Mahaswin, you are losing the a4 pawn. Still, if you wanted to try here, bishop e2, rook a4, bishop f1. Oh no, anyway, there are too many things because this rook also attacks. This is also going to be weak. Rook a1, rook c1, rook c3. So not really, not going to work. Rook a8, Nepo is thinking. Anyway, if you had to defend, would you love this position as black or white at this point again as the fresh position? White is better. White is very slightly better, like little initiative. I will play it as black. Gandhar. Kya hi confidence. You know you have to really defend, yeah? White is better. White is better without looking at engine, it seems. Yes, white has the initiative. Exactly. That is true. Especially this h3 pawn here. So rook 8 ke liye, apart from bishop d7, what else can this guy play? Rook f6 was another move which we were looking at with the idea of rook f1, which we kind of stopped the calculation at some point because it was getting a little bit too complicated. But let's have a look at it now because it is coming closer to a reality. It is highly possible that Nepo may consider that move. So king g3, king h3. Can it work? Can this over ambitiousness work? After king h3, rook f1. You have attacked this bishop. Let's try to see where the bishop can go. Bishop, we saw that we would love to support the bishop with this rook. So the rook comes back to d8. Now, black, is he getting anything for this pawn which he has given? Something extra, something important, something dynamic. Can he get there? Or he cannot, because it is otherwise just another pawn down and he can't afford that. So let's say black goes rook g1. This king on h file right now for a moment is, let's say, trapped. For a moment we say it's a trapped king. Okay, rook g1 here. Now white, can he improve his position? Let's try to make a simple move there. Suppose a move like rook, where do you want to go? Rook d4. Black to play. Guys, black to play and win. Quickly, what is black's move? Black to play and win. Let's see how many of you are alert. I completely sometimes miss some move. Philip says, where is Sagar? Sagar had joined initially. Right now, he is somewhere, I don't know. He must be in some other room. Oh, everybody is alert. It's an easy move. Yes, let's just see who were the first ones to get it right. Josh, White Tiger, Anurag, Plastic, Arijit, Himanshu, Abhinav, Dhruv, Ujan and Aryan. All of you were the quick solvers here. The move is a mate there, rook h5, because it's a pin, and that was the idea of rook g1. Very nice, very alert there. So great move. I mean, checkmate in one move. By the way, there is a move which has happened. Nepo played rook c5. Wow, he has given up the a7 pawn. What is the idea, guys? So if Ding captures a pawn on a7, what is Nepo planning to do? Because otherwise, of course, it's an obvious move, not a big deal. But are you alert? What will Nepo play if Rook takes a7? Yes, Vignesh, Dhruv, Anirudh, absolutely. Bishop takes c4. He takes the c pawn. In return, we have said ki okay, I am getting rid of that doubled pawn. It was anyway useless for me, and I have got your outside passed pawn. Now, I also have got my rook on 7th rank. I might threaten my other rook on 7th rank. How can this be not an initiative for white? How is it even possible? So bishop c4, and for white, what are your suggestions for Ding? In this position, what are your suggestions for white, for Ding? I will just be bringing a water bottle very quickly. Rook d7, Ding played the same. What has been played? Oh, this has happened. Rook a7, bishop c4. We have reached this position. It has happened. And what are your suggestions for Ding right now? Rook d7. Okay, what's the idea? One is rook d7. Then there is rook f5. No, rook f5 is not happening. Rook d7 is the idea, yeah, basically. And then rook e3 is also suggested. Okay, let's look at rook d7. Most of you are suggesting it's a computer move. That's maybe the reason you guys are suggesting, because otherwise, what else? You want to also stop this? Maybe that is another reason. So rook d7, you control the d file, the main idea. So basically for the future you are stopping these two ideas. I mean, rook d5 is not immediately possible, but you just keep the control of the best file. Central files, the control is with white rooks. Okay, that is the number one thing. Now, what next? After rook d7, what next? Let's say black says, I can't go rook a5, this is hanging. Let's say I go bishop e6 back. Yeah, if black goes bishop e6 back, saying now I'm threatening rook c3 check, and I'm also attacking your rook, double attack. Let's go for double defense. Rook goes to d3, defends the c3 pawn. Now, if black says, okay, that's what has happened. By the way, after the c4 pawn has been removed, remember that the rook on e4 is defending a4 as well. That is also happening. So in case if black goes a move like rook a5, you see there are two people defending that. And what happens is a big change which has just happened. White gets a very nice move. What an extra idea. Guys, can you try and find how white can put more pressure on something which became weak in black's camp because of the last 2-3 moves which were played? Can you try to suggest a nice idea for white? Okay, that's a good suggestion. I like both the suggestions. They're really good. Exactly. Rook d6 is one, attacking b6. And rook b4 is one with the same idea of attacking b6. And both the moves are nice. The main difference without the c4 pawn is that this rook can jump to b4. That is the main difference. So that is a new change. And rook d6 is also possible. So black cannot, as you see, if black makes moves which are not very natural, which are just natural and they are bad, he still needs to be alert. What Ding played was not rook d7 but rook e7. What is he thinking? What is his idea for firstly rook d6? What is his idea for rook d6? Maybe, what if you sack rook for the bishop? Do we lose instantly? No, but you don't need to. I mean, are you saying rook c4 over here? Oh, yes, that would be a disaster for sure because you're just giving up a rook unnecessary. Plus, you're losing another pawn. Plus, this pawn is very strong here. You might even land up in mating net. So, no, that doesn't work. But after rook e7, the question was, if rook d6 trying to attack this bishop over here. Yes, Ujan, very good. Rook goes to d4 and you can still kind of try and protect the d file there, but you had a nice rook on e4. So definitely for Ding, rook d7 was a move which would still be in the line to keep pressure on Nepo. Why would he have rejected this move is an important question, because it was not so easy to find ideas. In fact, one of the moves which Nepo would have definitely tried would be to play b5 and do the exchanges. Because if you play takes here, then bishop b5, and this is just simply going towards more equality. Yeah, you are attacking the c3 pawn. Oh, I know, that is the reason you cannot go rook d3, because this will be this cannot be saved. There is a bishop here, and if you go rook e3, then there is bishop d7 there. So this is a big trouble. Basically, you couldn't have taken on b5 so easily, and if you would have pushed the pawn on a5, then would have come suddenly the rook to a6. So that is the reason Ding did not maybe like to go rook d7. This could be the big reason, which would anyway go into equality. So he played rook a e7. Now, after rook a e7, okay, question is, can Nepo go b5? Can Nepo go b5 with the same idea? What do you think? Do you think exchanging bishops is beneficial for your so can Nepo go b5? What is happening with this move? No. Yes. 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 A lot of you are thinking yes. So basically, again, if we go a5, there is rook a6. If we take on b5, then if you go bishop b5 trying to attack this, there is rook e3. And this position, very surprisingly, computer loves for white. Computer loves for white quite a lot, this position. White is a pawn up. This one is a completely extra pawn. This one is a completely extra pawn, and this time, unlike the last time, the rook is not attacked on d7, which is the reason he could defend a c pawn, which is the reason he is landing in a pawn up, and which is the reason h3 will also be weak, and slowly white will be able to push the pawn. Let's assume that. So that's the reason b5 would not be possible for rook a e7. That is how he has stopped b5. Okay. So bishop b3 starting the attack on f7. That is that. Not now. Right now it's black to play. So after rook a e7, we are thinking of for Nepo. What can Nepo do? We saw a move like b5. We will see a move like rook d6 here. And where we saw rook d4, that will be challenged. Apart from that, what else Nepo will have? Nepo can go back with the bishop to e6, where it was trying to attack the c3 pawn. This looks another natural threat, you can say. You want to keep activity alive, right? You want to keep giving threats to your opponent whenever possible. You want to keep increasing the pressure on the weak points as much as possible. So that's how we are able to find a candidate moves. How do you find a candidate moves? Basically, it has a lot of threats. So you need to be constantly alert for what is weak. So if bishop e6 is gone, then there is rook e3. Defends c3. And now, yes, of course, rook g6. Is rook g6 an idea is asked by Dhruv. Yes, why not? Rook g6 is definitely an idea. In this scenario, even better because there is no rook on the 4th rank. So rook g6, rook c4, all these ideas are going to be there. By the way, there is a move which has happened. Nepo went rook h c6. He went rook h c6, doubling the rooks here, which means the next threat is to move the bishop, and even rook e3 is not going to save the pawn on c3. So he wants to win the c3 pawn. For that, he is okay to lose the h3 pawn. That is a barter. That is an exchange. He says you capture h3, I win c3. He is fine with that. Okay. So rook h c6 has been played. What are the suggestions? Will you take the pawn on h3, guys? Do you have any other ideas? Can you suggest in the chat? That's a question for you. Don't worry. I think you should take the free pawn. Saves plastic chutney. Okay. So you want to take the free pawn. Any other suggestions as well? Bishop f3 is also suggested here. As you guys know, black wants to move this bishop. It could be bishop to e6. It could be bishop to d5. Attacking this rook. Threatening to take the pawn as a check. In fact, bishop d5 might be a very strong threat. Also, tactically, bishop b3 could be an idea, because if you capture the bishop, then there is rook c3 comes with a check and takes back the bishop on b3. You can put pressure on f7. You can take pawn on h3, bishop f3. Okay, so I have got a few moves. Okay, rook e5 also. I have got suggestions with rook e5, bishop f3, king h3. And putting pressure on f7 pawn would mean maybe rook f4. But these are the 3 to 4 suggestions. Let's say the first thing you would want to consider is king takes h3, winning a pawn. And now this bishop goes back to d5, attacking the rook on e4. Also attacking the pawn on c3. How do you calculate? Let's all try and see how we are calculating, because many times some of the moves in the variation are going to be forced. Like right now, c3 is attacked, e4 is attacked. Your move in your calculation seems forced. Yes, rook e3 looks like a forced move. Again, we are going to try and consider checks, captures and threats. Here you already have a capture. So you are first going to consider that. So your candidate moves becomes the forcing move. Wherever there is a forcing line, we should consider it first. It's important to see the forcing line. So rook takes c3. There is a pin here. Now, if you calculate rook c3 as a capture, check, king h4, this is a position where all the captures are over currently, right? All the captures are over. Maybe not all the threats are over, because you can think of a threat like d1 gets attacked, and you know there is no bishop f3, there is no bishop b3, there is no bishop c2 in fact. That means again it has narrowed down. The calculation is narrowing down to only two moves to defend a bishop on d1, which means there is rook e1, which will go in a pin and would be a big blunder, guys. All of you who are alert, very quickly, why is this a big blunder? Why is this a big blunder? Yes, Pallavi, Ujjan, Angel, Dhruv, Arav, Shivani, Andabarkar, Daksh, Arav, Shivani, Dava, Scientist, Tanmoy, Mehul, Telegram. A lot of you have found out bishop f3 or bishop b3. Any of the move will work, and it's a big blunder. Okay. So if you go back right now, rook e1 would be obviously a blunder, which means our calculation is still going on in a forcing manner, guys. If you're alert and observant, it's still forcing. That narrows you down to only one move to be played, bishop e2, to save your bishop, and which is completely fine. White is still a pawn up if you observe a versus b here, f versus g here, and there is still one pawn extra with white. Yet the position is, the assessment of the position is still equal, like with initiative with white, but still in control for black, very surprisingly. Why? Because if you try to consider, if we want to still continue the calculation just for fun, not fun in a game, actually they're going to calculate because it's all very quick for them. What we will look at as candidate moves, let's try to see if we want to improve the candidate moves. How we will try to, yeah, rook e1, exactly. Look at this, guys. Already you're suggesting nice moves. Before even I asked you, rook e1, trying to pin here, now threatening again bishop c4 or bishop f3. Lovely. So proud of you all. And it can continue, and white will of course find a way to defend against that threat. There are many ways. One is that you can go rook d7 and enter in rook endgame. This would be one option. The other option would be similar way, you can attack the bishop on d5, and for bishop b3, important is not to forget the reason why you went rook e5 was to give a check and release the bishop from the pin. In a way, release the bishop from the prison, yeah? That would be the way. And you could also bring king g3, king f2. So these would be all the moves. So when you land up in your calculation, let's say at this position, what you must do is, okay, calculation is done. Let's say, okay, you will say calculation is done. You have gone rook e5. What is the assessment? That would be the next question. So many times what happens is, you calculate beautifully, but assessment goes wrong. That is the problem many times. Like, let's say in the game, you will say, okay, this is happening and I'm getting rid of the pin and I am having an extra pawn, which means seems like I'm winning. That is how you will think. And you will think that white, it's better for you, and you will enter in that variation. Same way, black, your opponent has also calculated the same variation. But in his calculation, he considers, okay, I'm a pawn down, but this is how I can create the counterplay. I will win the pawn back. If I don't win the pawn back, this is becoming a weakness. White doesn't really have progress. So I can hold that position. I have a great compensation, so I can go in this variation. And then he thinks that he is going to hold that endgame. This different assessment but same calculation then leads to in a way different perceptions, and whatever the, you know, at that point of time the best result is going to be. So at that point of time, the result, I mean in terms of who plays most accurately, this is how we are considering the candidate moves. The calculation is one part and where you end your calculation, the assessment is another part. In that assessment, important comes visualization. If you look at it, this was our last move, around 37th move, right? Around 30, yeah, something like not rookie one was a mistake, bishop e2, 39th move, yeah, something like 39th move, where we started with rook h7, 32nd move, 7 to 8 moves. Now, if let's say you are right now learning and you in your visualization you have another extra pawn which has been captured, it would be a complete disaster. This is how we make mistakes many times. Long calculations require good visualization. For that, when you are solving tactics, very important. When you are solving tough tactics, simple tactics are one move, two move tactics, which you don't need a long visualization. But in difficult tactics, what you need is visualization. And I would say do not make moves. If you are arranging it on the board, all those serious chess players do not make moves. Even online, if you're solving, do not make one move and then try to calculate. Have it all in your head. Important. Okay. Is going for king h4 a good idea and trying to make a draw? By the way, a move has happened while we were talking and calculating and finding the candidate moves and so many things. Oh my god, I have even missed the chat, but a lot of things people were absolutely amazing, giving so many suggestions, ideas. Loved it. So, let's look at this thing. Rook 7 e5 has been played here. Can I try to exchange bishop as white? Will it be good for white? And then try to put pressure on f7. Very, very good question. But currently the problem is this bishop is very happy to move because it wants to take here. So a move like bishop e2, rook e2, rook takes c3. This already seems like which rook you will go to e3, right? Whichever rook you will play to e3, rook c1, and looks like after king takes h3 again, this is where we may land up into rook g1, and you will have to be alert for such mating nets which have been created. To stop this rook h6 as a mating idea, you have to play only move. If you play g5, you lose the pawn. Again, in the forcing calculation, you will have to make a move like rook e5, so that if you give a check, there is rook h5. For example, we'll still consider a check, rook h5, takes, and rook a1 or rook b1, rook a1, then there is rook e4 there. Maybe you go rook b1 because you protect this. Your idea is to go rook b4. Anyway, if rook e4 is played, you would love to exchange these pawns. If white says no, I don't want to exchange, then you can force the exchange by rook e1. So this is something which will be absolutely a draw. By the way, a lot of moves have happened. I think they are going towards a draw. What happened? Rook e5, bishop, yeah, rook e5 was played. Rook e5, bishop b3. Oh, they are going into a rook endgame. Rook b5, you cannot take here because endgame, king pawn endgame will be winning. You win this pawn. So he played rook a3, rook takes b6, rook takes a4, king takes h3, and we have reached this position on move number 39. There is no time pressure. f5 has been played. Guys, do you know the rule? After gf5, do you know the rule that if white has h and f pawns in the rook endgame, only h and f pawns, yeah, gf5 has been played, then the rook endgame is a draw. This rook endgame is a draw. But we are not even reaching there because there is rook f6 already. And the problem is, if you go f6, you after takes, king takes. What is the corresponding square for the critical key square for the h pawn? Where should your king have been if you wanted to win? Where should your king be if this pawn had to advance? G7 or G8. Yes, G7 or G8 with your pawn on H5, and that would be a winning thing. If where is the candidate square for critical square for black's king, where it is going to be a draw. So if this king is going to be anywhere over here, it is going to be a draw, and the game has ended in a draw. Gf5, rook f4, f6 check, takes king f6. As we are talking, the game ends in a draw because the king is already on these squares and you cannot make a progress. It was a plain draw actually. Draw by insufficient material. True. I think the opening was really interesting, but Nepo was just amazingly well prepared for such an opening. He did not give any chance to Ding at any point of time. So yeah, match is becoming tougher because next game Ding is going to be black and Nepo is going to be white. I think if Nepo wins that game, it's going to be over. And with this preparation, who knows, anything can happen. Let's see, what's your prediction for the next game? By the way, nobody in our chat predicted that this is going to be happening, right, today? Or did you guys predict? Draw was 37%. Oh, initially it was 7%. I think later people have changed. Otherwise, people had first guessed Ding wins as 51% there. Prakhar Gupta says, feel that Ding will come back. Okay, I will make a last poll before you all go. Will Ding make a comeback? Okay, let's add another poll. How can I end? Okay, I'm ending this poll. I'm adding another poll. Will Ding strike back? It doesn't matter next game, but will Ding strike back in the next two games? Okay, let's see what all you think. Philip says, since Ding prep has been leaked, so all the white matches of Ding will be resulting in a draw. Divya says, Amrita, please give some tips on how 1600 thinks, as I am underrated and gonna play my first rated event below 1600 at the end of this month. Okay, that's a very cool thing that you're gonna play a tournament. Firstly, all the very best for the tournament. I don't know what time control it's going to be, but watching these kind of live games, trying to think like you are playing, this is going to help you for sure. I won't be able to tell you how 1600 things exactly, but there are certain things which, you know, sometimes the tactical blunders are more. That too, that happens towards as the game goes towards the from a transition from middle game to end game where you have less time on hand. So if you have clocks, I think on the board, that is where you will land up in time pressure, and in time pressure many blunders happen. This is one thing. Number two is related with understanding of the pieces, the planning which finally comes into, that is where they can go wrong. But it's very hard to generalize in what exact way. I mean, there are typical mistakes which happen, like planning and blunders and time pressure and wrong exchanges. Definitely all of them are there, but you are also maybe 1600, so you also may have the same weaknesses which you should try to work upon. Plastic Chutney says, I had a question. If a player is unwell, do they reschedule? No, never. If you're unwell, either you still have to play. That is some things, sometimes this has been a hard thing for a chess player, for especially his important tournaments, when you are very, very ill and you still want to play. Withdrawing sometimes is not like a thing which you want to do. It seems very hard for especially non-quitters, definitely. And whatever your health situation is, you fight on the board. So yeah, these are all the little things which has helped um, playing, and understanding the other external aspects of uh, like how you will have maybe 12th board exam or IIT exam, and you may not be well, but you still have to go and write the paper, you still have to study something similar. Divya says 60 minutes plus 30 seconds time control. This will surely help. Yes, make sure that if you're a perfectionist, make sure that you don't land up in a huge time difference for you and for your opponent. Like one move, generally say that not to think more than 20 minutes, that too for that critical moment. It's about a middle game, it's about those one or two places where you can use that time. Otherwise it is not something which you should use so much time. Don't let too much time difference happen, because many times you might have a winning position, but with 2 minutes and 5 minutes in hand, you're not going to be able to play your best chess anyway. So rather, if you see a good move, play that. Sometimes you don't have to find the best move always. What if out of 14 rounds each player scores 7? Then there is a rapid tie break. Yes. Who would you have faced in the World Championship, Rihanna or Ding? Very, very hard question. Yeah, maybe Ding. I think maybe Ding. I mean, he has a very different style. So yeah. Okay, guys, that was amazing to have you, and you all. I hope you all learned a lot. I hope you all got to play the tournament today. I hope you got to beat Sagar as well, some of you. Um, be there tomorrow. Ding will be black, Nepo will be white. I'm sure they're going to have very interesting game. Let's see what happens. For now, I am going to take your leave. Solve tactics. Feel real when you're solving it, feel like a real game. Many times the way you practice really matters. It's not just about time and energy, but the vibe which you put in while you're working would matter. Make it feel like a real tournament game for yourself. That takes the practice to another level. That makes it double helpful. In the same time, it's double helpful. So yes. Okay, take care. Let's go. Akash Katnor says 2640.7 Arvind's current rating. That's cool. Thanks for this information. Divya says, I'll take care. I have experience of winning some of the local tournaments, though I am but feeling kind of nervous this time. Arey, bindas, you have to play your when you're nervous, you know that your moves, your brain is not working up to the best. So don't be nervous. Just be confident. Important is no fear, and give your best. Believe in yourself. These two, three things, they are not just words. You have to feel it. You have to feel it 100%, and nothing can stop you. As our t-shirt also says, unstoppable me. Okay. Bye bye. All the best, guys. See you tomorrow.